do all of losers.
I'll tell you which one. Good. Yeah, Toito's just doing a quick reinstall because his Discord's bugging out, but it's okay. We got this crew here, and we'll go over the players real quick before we start.
Yeah. So let's go to the top 8 bracket. As you can see, in winner semis we have Monarch, Beta Dude, Kyo, and Ice Cool. And in losers we'll have Ruka, Nano, Fazama, and Dawn. So a lot of fantastic matches coming your way. I am incredibly excited, especially for our last tournament, right, to have all of these immaculate players in this bracket.
Yeah, I mean, all of these players, especially on the winner's side, are like players that you can expect to win like big tournaments. So I'm super excited for all these matches. We're down to 8 players at last. So yeah, what, you got anything to say, Scrim?
Well, yes, I am Scrimgore. I will be here commentating. Yeah, I did host the stream yesterday. So for Pool C and D, I did see, for Pool C, I believe we had Beta Dude and Fazama get out, and for Pool D, we had Ice Cool and Ruka get out. So those are very interesting. I didn't get a chance to watch Pools A and B yet, but for those of you who caught them, hopefully we had a good time there as well. And definitely after we're done all this, definitely check out the previous day's events as well. There were some really good matches there.
For sure.
Mhm.
So yeah, I believe the players are already ready. So I will pass it off to our good friends Scrimgore, Zach, and
Hi,
Toledo
I'm
for
here.
this.
Yeah.
Oh, there
What's
you go.
up? Discord decided to be very interesting right before this, but I think we'll be good to go. I am really excited here. Beta Dude is such a funny person because he'll disappear for months and then randomly show up for a big bracket. And I'm like, what was going on?
Well, speaking of people disappearing, it seems like Toledo has literally disappeared in the middle of his sentence. He seems to be having some Discord issues, unfortunately. Hopefully we can get that sorted out as we progress through the tournament. But yes, for our top 8, we will be having myself, Zach, and Toledo here to commentate.
Mm-hmm.
And he's back now. Welcome back to
Insanity. Insanity. I was mid-explanation. I was like this and that. I was saying the craziest stuff. I look over, I'm like, oh wow, nobody said anything. I guess I'll fill longer. Look to my right, the Discord screen is gone. Craziness. But
it was pretty funny because you said Dude always tends to disappear, and then you disappeared. It was perfect.
oh my god, that's awful. Okay, so I'll keep it short then. It's very cool to see Beta Dude show up for this as well. Mostly because he'll often do his own thing, but he still makes an effort to show up for a lot of the big stuff. So I'm very happy to see him here today, and I can't remember the last time him and Monarch ended up facing off in a set, so I'm very excited for this one coming up here.
Yeah, that will be our first match today. And actually, I've commentated my favorite of Blazer tournaments over the time, but I don't think I've ever seen this matchup, or at least commentated it. So that should be very interesting. Both very well-known and strong players.
Mhm.
I think they ran into each other a bit during Spooky's early bracket runs for when Rollback initially came out.
Yeah,
I
that
Yeah,
was
want to
quite some
say
time
that's
ago.
happened.
That
That
just
was
reminds me
yeah.
that Rollback is actually kind of old now.
It's 2 years. It's it's like around 2 years old or so.
Yeah.
2021 was it? Like the end of 2021, I think.
It was December. It was around December of 2020
Yeah.
that the beta for it came out.
Oh, even later
Yeah.
than I thought then, or earlier.
It's crazy.
Yeah, here we
We've
go. We
come
are.
a long way.
Yeah, we are looking into the match. Looks like Monarch is going with S. Monarch does actually play Lambda as well, but we're going with S for this matchup.
Good old reliable.
I know he was talking about some time ago, especially after Combo Breaker, that he was thinking about focusing in on one character. So I'm wondering if he wants to focus in on S for this bracket, or if it's just
Oh no, we've lost
Oh,
Toledo
no.
again.
So yeah.
sorry, as I was saying, or if he wants to lock in on a specific character for it.
What's happening?
Oh
Everything's
my
going
goodness,
wrong.
this stream
It's
is
spreading. It's spreading.
everywhere. All because I should recuse myself from commentary if this is what's gonna happen. But in all seriousness, it's really awesome to see this, and I'm very curious to see if Monarch either is trying to play along a specific matchup or if he wants to hone in on that S.
Hmm.
I did mention it earlier, but as the streamer for Pool C and D, I did not actually get to see Monarch's matches in, I think he was in Pool A. So, does anyone know if he played S during the whole time there, or did he swap between S and Lambda as usual?
That's a good question. If anyone knows, he swapped apparently.
Okay, he swapped. So yeah, maybe he's just going with S versus Ragnar because he feels more comfortable in this matchup, perhaps. I can see it. I can see
That's
S versus
understandable.
Ragnar being pretty annoying for Ragnar.
Yeah. You could definitely smother the character a lot because even if you play someone like Lambda, Kana Scissors is always a thing. So we're just trying to remove that from happening completely. So S would definitely be a very viable pick.
Let's see.
I mean, I also
No,
think
go ahead.
I also think Lambda versus Ragnar could potentially be annoying as well, but it's just gonna be rough for Lambda if Ragnar does get in. So S
Mhm.
does seem like the safer pick. So I can respect that for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, as we've seen from Beta Dude in his pool matches, because I believe he had to go against a Rachel. It was George the 13th, I believe. He seems to take zoning very, very well. He's very patient. A lot of people may look at it and think, "Oh man, he's really getting held back for a long period of time." But Beta Dude likes to bind his time, and then once he finds an opening, he goes and he takes his chances. So, I think people definitely can tell that even though it might be good to keep him out, you can only keep him out for so long.
It's true. Most characters, like let's say Rachel, for instance, like when she's zoning you, it's annoying for sure, but she doesn't inherently mix you up when she's full screen. So it's just a matter of really let yourself calm down, get in, and when it's your turn, it's your turn. And sometimes that turn might take longer, which is how zoners kind of impatient you to death. But we've seen before that Beta is a very patient player. And speaking of patience, uh, we're
You
gonna have to
have to
ask some
be.
patience for the audience
we
here.
are doing our best.
Yes.
As if you have had any experience even TOing or simply streaming is a blow up. That is simply how things go sometimes.
Yeah, we are. Everyone's trying their best, and with the tools that we have. So please bear with us as we sort this out.
It's true. This is, in fact, our last tournament here at FFF, so it wouldn't be a last BBCF tournament without having literally every single possible problem you could have. So,
Something goofy has to occur. Why don't we, while we wait on this getting set up, why don't we talk about a couple of the other matchups that we have along in this top 8? Are there any that you guys are particularly excited about?
For
Actually
me
pretty-
personally, Kyo versus Ice School.
yeah, that is a good one. That is a good one.
Because I know that among the characters, a lot of people will look at both Susan and Mai and be like, these two are very all-in type characters where it's just they're going to be swinging using very large normals and traveling around the map. I feel like it's going to be very interesting to see how those two in particular play because of their play styles. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how they play the neutral and how quickly Ice School can gain his seals in that matchup whilst dealing with the spears.
For me, the match I'm looking most forward to would be Ruka versus Nano, because I feel like over my time as commentating these matches over the years and stuff, that is a match I've never seen. Both Ruka and Nano very rare to see in a net play bracket, and also even rarer to
Mhm.
see fight against each other. So I would definitely love to see that. Plus, my bias thrown in there a little bit. If I were to pick a player who I want to win this tournament, I would vote for Nano personally.
Yeah, you don't really get to see. Well, personally, I don't get to see Nano play often. I've had the pleasure of playing against them many times, and I'm like, this player is amazing, but I don't quite see them out there. So every time I see Nano appear in a bracket, I'm actually very excited to see them. Like it's nice to see someone who really puts in work, but they just don't show up. So when they do, it's like, oh yeah, now I definitely want to see this person, grow and get out there and do their best because we like to get the players out.
Definitely.
And I'll see Nano pop in pretty often in terms of other tournament chats and so on and so forth to talk about BlazBlue. And so when you actually get to see them play, you're like, oh, Jesus Christ, like this is what's really going on. despite, perhaps focusing on other stuff or doing other things, Nano consistently has proven that they still got it. They'll show up to an online bracket after some time, absolutely tear through a ton of it, pretty much each and every time, I would say, these days.
Mhm,
Oh, boy.
definitely.
What about you, Tweeta? What match are you looking forward to?
Let's see, Discord permitting. I think it's really tough to pick, actually. I'm super caught on all of them. I want to say Monarch and Beta Dude for the interesting reasons of seeing a player. Beta Dude doesn't end up pulling up super, super often, and seeing Monarch play against them is always exciting to kind of see where they're stacking up against some of the old guard, you would consider, right?
Yes.
So I'm always curious to see kind of how that pans out. There's some really interesting stories for some of the other sets, but
Oh, we've lost Tweeta once again.
I think he was going to say, but he's very interested in that one in particular.
Well, we are starting that matchup, so hopefully we at least be able to get a chance to watch it, even if you can't be
Mhm.
here. Oh, but welcome back.
yeah, I swear, BlazBlue's working, Discord isn't. It's a very funny swamp. Right?
To be fair, BlazBlue wasn't actually working, but it looks like we got it started now. So
Well, no, that's what I mean. When BlazBlue's finally working, it works for us. With that being said, it's Central Clash finale. We got our first set of winner semis here. This is going to be Beta Dude versus Mark.
Okay, let's see how the round start goes. Okay, keep playing it safe on both sides.
Oh,
Lovely
excellent.
5-0.
Yeah, the secret anti-air there. Oh yeah, that was a
Nice
good
jump
reaction.
out.
Because
Yep.
5D wasn't able to connect, that to give you a little bit of a gap to jump out of the dead spike.
We got the crest. Ooh, trying to bait out something.
That's a
Ooh,
big
okay.
whiff, but we have the momentum burst surge. Beta trying to keep Monarch in the corner here.
Definitely. You don't want to let S do too much in neutral. You don't want them in neutral, you want them in the corner. TRM there. Forces the burst out of Monarch.
Surprised he opted for it, and this is not entirely a hero burst, but it's looking pretty close to it.
There's a nice DP there with the enhancement.
Yeah, so we get the full combo because of the enhancement as well. It does drop it
Ooh.
though. But S is perfectly alright with returning to neutral.
Burst gauges are relatively even, so probably won't see any. So we won't see any active flow pop up. Jeez, big
Lovely
DPRC, but
DP
another
there.
drop.
Jumps away from the 2D, don't want to get put in that mix up right there, just avoiding the situation.
Even looking at the health deficit Monarch has right now, it's very easy for S just to snag hits in neutral here, even against someone like Ragna.
Definitely. Both one hit away from death, to be honest.
20 seconds left on the clock. We could see a timeout here actually in our very first round.
That's
Oh,
true.
15
Both
seconds left now. Monarch has to make it.
And
look.
there's the hit. Probably just gonna...
at this point, Monarch probably won't be able to do enough damage for time to be on his side.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be it. Right? We do have a timeout using the D
And the
for divider,
DP. to
Just
get
to
some
stall.
airtime.
just in case.
Using that deep, that like that. Putting that up just like Rachel. I'm loving the pressure from Beta Dude right there. Small gaps, but putting in the barrier to make sure things are safe, watching out for any DPs.
He's using a lot of the 6D RPS. It looks like he really wants to force Monarch to make a decision. And while Monarch does want to play it a little patiently, this is fine for Ragna. He still gets a little bit of chip with his drive normal, so it forces barrier gauge usage, and he gets a little bit of life back regardless on block. So Beta Dude looks really comfortable to just keep up these pressure sequences until Monarch has to make a choice.
I
Yeah,
like how
generally-
Beta Dude's doing this actually.
Generally speaking, I don't see S really wanting to be pressured by Ragna. It's just like we've seen it a few times when Monarch has dropped the combo, for instance. He's always kind of wanted to return back neutral, where S will probably be at his strongest in this matchup. So right here, it's not looking too good for Monarch.
I'm very interested in seeing how Beta Dude's changing the timing of the dead spikes to avoid the jump out as what happened in the first round. Okay, so
Yeah.
Monarch getting started right now.
That is the thing with Dead Spike. It is his pressure reset, but it is very telegraphed a lot of the times. You have to be very tricky with it. Oh, but that was
Nice.
actually a really good DPRC into a TRM here.
Guess they went up 60 as well.
Could be able to kill off of this with super, or just a little bit more.
I don't think it's enough, yeah, but Ragnar HP is still a factor, but not quite
Mhm.
enough.
Just
Now,
needs
one
one
thing-
more hit, but
Oh, the
Oh
classic.
yeah, you know it is with S. When you need that one more hit, it's very easy to get that overhead or the cross up or something.
right.
We've all
Without
been
meter
there.
though, it gets a little more dangerous to use. It's just kind of like a JC on block, and
Yeah,
then
that
it's
is-
an awkward situation, you know.
People
that
don't
is-
expect it without the rapid cancel, but that's what makes it more of a threat.
Sometimes when you just need that one hit, though, S is one of the best characters of snagging that cheesy hit.
Ooh, gets the conversion as well. Okay, nice.
Getting the IB and jumping out, but Monarch's still getting caught in the corner here.
Beta Dude's able to get Monarch in the corner so easily, even though he's blocking.
And we can see we can see when Dude actually pauses in his pressure, trying to expect Monarch to jump out. He doesn't do it. Monarch has been actually reacting to these dead spikes when he's able to jump out at least.
Yeah,
The
but I
problem
think
though
Monarch
is
can
that
tell.
yeah, there's an aspect of almost passivity in some of Monarch's defense. There are certain sequences. Hold on a second here. Thrown to OD. I don't think this is the route that's gonna result in a kill here.
No, this is like 1400 minimum, but it's still not to kill. But
Oh, Octaflow barely made it possible. Oh, we're going
okay, we've got
into
install.
okay install super. Okay.
that's not something you see very often S at all. Oh,
Lovely.
trade not in favor though.
Nightmare Edge
Yeah.
to delay your landing certainly is, however. Sheesh.
My goodness, what an amazing first game. Like the way that Beta Dude was able to command the, the neutral. I mean, obviously from the outside looking in, one could say that Monarch was definitely on the defensive side for most of that game. But as we saw in the first round, like one like small gap could go a long way with Monarch. He was able to fight his way out many times, and Beta Dude is trying to keep that in check, as you can see through the pressure.
Yeah, I did see someone mention in chat. S does in fact have an install super. It makes all of her drive moves like the enhanced version for a short amount of time, but S's don't really use it because it doesn't actually add too much damage to her combos. If anything, and she just rather use the meter somewhere else.
Yeah, there's some obscure cases where it ends up showing up because if I remember correctly, it has some level of invuln and a couple other stuff, but you don't really see it much since Boris
Oh no,
isn't
the drop.
super central for her. Dang, that's big. OD's
It's just-
gonna result.
It's still a DP stutter though, so it's not gonna be that much damage.
Ooh.
I feel
Oh,
like
but-
Beta Dude was going to go underneath there from a nice block on the 6B.
And that is actually
5B? Yeah,
the secret
goodness.
Ragnar unblockable 6B.
definitely. And the Oak opens him up.
And again, yeah, I just want to point out because it feels like it's extended strings from Beta Dude, and then a mix-up finally comes out after some time, after Monarch is either trying to fuzzy jump at this one particular time, and that's when a Gauntlet Hades or something else is clipping him.
Yeah.
And that is
100
the
meter.
the secret to Ragnar pressure, where he just kind of gets you into a state of complacency with his 2As, and then suddenly the mix-up comes or the strike throw, you know?
Mm.
I mean, as the level of play rises in this game, you notice that 2A becomes a more predominant button because people are worried about the OD activation as well on the defensive side.
2A is the funniest. Ragnar 2A is one of the funniest buttons. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, we might just see a timeout real quick. 20
Another
seconds left on the
timeout?
clock.
Another one.
OD is about to be available for both play. Wow!
That was a
If-
JC deck, but no full conversion. I guess this is what happens when you see two really high-level passive players fight. But now we do have the hit. This could be Monarch's chance to get the time on his side.
He's gonna barely
yep,
chip
this
out
is
enough
good.
damage here. Pop OD again. DP's in
Ooh,
kind.
Nice response. He's got a
Timer
lot of.
is frozen!
Oh no!
Time is once again on Beta Dude's side, and it's actually going to be it. Doesn't even need the timeout.
So
that?
tragic. He got the Nightmare Edge, and then a scramble ensued, and then 2B connected.
Yeah. A trade that wasn't in his favor, and the 2B took over. Beta Dude with an amazing awareness there to get the conversion there, after a trade, no less. Great patience from Beta Dude. Monarch just trying to get a reaction, but a little bit too slow there. Beta Dude gets in, doesn't get the extension to 5C.
Yeah, but we still get the corner at least, because T2C does push them really far back. And gets caught low. He has to
Oh
be a
my
burst off
goodness.
Monarch.
Monarch definitely didn't want to get hit by that. That burst was a bit personal, I'm not going to lie. Of all the things to get hit by, nice 5A there.
And this is a hand CP, so we have the combo extension.
Okay, he's got it now. Nice.
All the way to the corner with Boris.
Ooh.
Monarch's been trying to play it really aggressively with
Oh
the
no, the
DP usage
chop.
there.
Nice
Mark
extension there. Oh,
has been
oh,
using
reset.
his DP in pressure, which is pretty funny. As long as you have the 50 meter though, it can be a mix-up.
Yeah, I feel like half of his DPs have been offensively rather than defensively, funny enough.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because there have been a lot of times these matches where in this position
And
here,
the double overhead.
with Monarch being pressured, there are times you could definitely be DPing, but we are playing it safe, relying on our reactions. But unfortunately, it is hard to deal with that double overhead there. The Beta Dude classic and putting a 2-0 right now.
Mm-hmm. It's weird to say, but while I was watching these matches, like, because both of them are IBing so much, they get their meter at such a fast rate. It's just weird. I feel like Monarch is definitely the first one to really use the rapid cancel before Beta Dude, but somehow Beta Dude has 100 meter at the best time with all these amazing resources. It's like I worry that he's about to just, do some sort of extravagant mix, or at least the best mix that Wagner can do, basically.
Well, think about it like this, right? Of all of the extended pressure sequences that we've seen Beta Dude get, he hasn't really needed to RC for almost any of those. Most of the time you see, the classic Ragnar RC is something, Hell's Fang RC to keep return, or Gauntlet Hades RC to guarantee the mix, right? But thus far, he's been able to be very conservative with his meter usage on offense, in fact.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the reason why, despite Monarch's really good...
Oh, we've lost Toledo again mid-sentence, unfortunately. Then again, another aggressive DP. Like, I do feel like Monarch has been very offensive with his DPs, despite being a defensive tool.
There
it is. But yeah, as I was saying, basically it's just that Beta Dudes have been able to hoard a lot of meter despite a lot of the IBs from Monarch, which results in both of them ending up having a lot of resources to play with.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is really funny because it kind of goes down to both players just running their own game for like the first 60 seconds of the match, and the last 30 seconds it becomes like a big scramble, everyone using their resources when they can.
Yeah, one of these players gets a hit, and then like 40 seconds of neutral ensues.
Oh. I'm loving the respect that they're both giving each other when it comes to doing jumps and double jumps, because in most people's minds they want to go for anti-airs, but both of them is like, oh, whoa, you guys have an anti-air? I'm just going to double jump on barrier and respect. Neither of them are trying to overextend. Oh,
yeah. That's definitely another momentum burst from Beta Dude there. Wanted to keep Monarch in the corner, but unfortunately for him, it does not work out.
Oh, stood up, expecting the 6A possibly.
I think the 25 meter to extend the combo does drop it though. And now we're back to neutral though. Beta Dude a very big advantage, and that is going to be it. As ODing just to fully ensure your opponent is dead. Monarch putting himself on the board here.
Making it 2-1 now. Just to check, this is basically first to 3, correct?
Yes, this is the rest of this tournament. I believe will be first to 3.
Yep,
Okay,
bow 5 the whole way through.
Nice. So we're in for a good amount of Blaze Blue tonight, folks.
It's not just any Blaze. All 8 of our contenders could be poised to win the tournament. Everyone here is incredibly strong. So, if you're looking for some high level Blaze Blue, you're in the right place.
Definitely. Okay, let's see how this one goes. Round start 5B. Oh, that could have been very dangerous if he actually extended a 5B there. And somehow Monarch has found his way into the corner just by playing neutral. We're back here so soon. Fighting back. Nice IBs there.
Oh, trade non-favorite. That was a fatal as well. So Monarch does want to burst there.
Yeah, that's definitely Monarch saying, yeah, no, we're not giving you these trades. Beta has been getting a lot of trades in this tournament, and he's been converting all of them. That is extremely scary.
Oh, that was an excellent use of install mid combo, just knowing that low would connect, and we get a full conversion here, and the corner as well.
Oh, tries to bait out a DP there.
Oh
no, it doesn't get the dash 5B.
I feel like Vader didn't actually want to micro dash in there because the crests actually do hit behind S, so maybe he just wanted to see if he could poke her out there, but
yeah,
just playing it safe.
I guess. I feel like Monarch got away with murder on that with DP, I won't lie.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm just trying to justify it because I have seen. I think maybe literally yesterday with Ruka.
No, it wasn't even. It wasn't a bad idea. It was just unfortunate how it played out. Is
You have
really
to be
what I want to
careful
get
how
at.
deep the hit is when you're punishing her from behind with the DP whiff. Like if you're a bit too close, you will get hit by the crest.
It is super.
Ooh.
Oh, nice hit.
Air hit straight to the corner. Some nice damage. We're gonna get a bit of a. Yep, there it is. JB falling down. Gets the extension. This
Yeah,
is a
delay.
great start for Monarch.
JD crest once again. Let's go. Back to it.
Oh no!
Good reaction.
I
Ah,
remember.
yes, the classic.
Oh, that doesn't work on S. I know what he was going for. That is character specific. But actually, I do remember when CF first came out. There was like that
Oh no.
meme where it's like OD through S6A and killer.
Yes.
And I just kind of reminded me of that. Unfortunately, we didn't get the full combo though, but we did get the Ender and Divided by Darkness. So that's.
I was
still
afraid
huge.
you were gonna mention that. That was a classic. It's like, yeah, if she's 6As, you win. It's like, oh boy, here we go.
That is a classic meme. Those of you who've been around for a while would know it.
The Blaze Blue community all jumping on that meme at the same time. Nice conversion there. Okay, straight to the corner. Oh no, misses the 6C. Yep, respects the potential anti-air. JB. Oh no, doesn't get the conversion there. 2As, 2As. Yeah, respectable.
Well, yeah,
that's a good
It
burst.
does suck getting hit by that, but Monarch still does have a round to play around with, so that burst might have been very bad depending on how this game goes.
Yeah, one has Mio and one has OD.
Actually, never mind. I misread the round time. So actually, that was round count. Yeah. So
Beta
Nice
Dude's about to go
JB,
into danger
but
state,
no
actually.
conversion.
He can't
that's
really
good.
barrier much more.
yeah, there is
Oh,
the burst.
oh,
See? Oh,
button.
Monarch is inventing new ways to do something goofy after DPRC.
It's just like anything. Yeah, I got JC.
Hey, it's like I said, Monarch's, or no, it's S in general is actually really good at landing that one hit when you need it.
Jesus.
Okay, there we go. Just barrier. Oh,
We're in
danger state.
dangerous state already. 20 seconds into the match.
Yeah, Beta Dude definitely wanted some space there, but it cost him a lot of his barrier. He's going to get it back slowly, but he cannot dash in because that potential anti-air will be unblockable if he does.
The
Monarch-
barrier came back just in time.
I feel like Monarch really missed out on a chance to aggress even heavier on that, but he has managed to drag Beta Dude into the corner here.
Yeah. Oh no, getting clipped by the crest.
50-meter coming up soon.
And this should be the round. There's the super.
That scared me for a moment because it looked like it dropped, but that was just Toito disconnecting. That kind of scared me. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god.
And yeah, Monarch coming back from the brink here, tying it up 2-2. This is why sometimes you gotta have that first to 3 because otherwise that would have been over with Beidou to get in the first 2. But now it might just potentially be that reverse sweep for Monarch. We'll have to see.
This is what I'm expecting from every match today. I'm not expecting any 3-0s or 3-1s. I'm expecting them to be like one person gets 2 points, the other person's like, alright, it's time to wake up. And then it's gonna be down to the wire, but with like a reverse sweep potentially.
Yeah, like that one extra game from a first to 2 compared to a first to 3 can actually mean a world of difference.
No, definitely. The adrenaline kicks in. You're leaning forward. Nice tech.
Oh, that
okay.
could have been a big punish. We still got the hit though, so the damage does add up, especially if you're Ragna. You just have a very small HP pool.
Oh no, a little bit too slow on that instant dash there. That was definitely what Monarch wanted. He's been trying to time that for a while now with the projectile. Oh no, misses the double projectile. Playing that neutral, getting the crest. Nice
yeah.
anti-air.
That's an S6B moment right there, and we're getting a full conversion off of it as well.
Gotta love that extension. Yeah, there'll be a blue beat there, but it's okay. No mix. Whoa. Getting PTSD from JC.
I swear.
It's too much.
I don't know how many
PRC from
times
Beidou.
we've seen a combo start from JC from Monarch.
At this point, it's like, it's funny. It's like the inverse of Monarch Nezu from some time ago. Remember when Nezu kept trying to open up Monarch with almost everything at that one at CEO Otaku 2022? Kept trying to DPRC just to get the hit.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Or was that Frosty Faust? No, that was Frosty Faustings I'm thinking of.
Oh, yeah, that's hard to punch. He might have been clipped by the crest activation there.
I think Monarch's just about to play for time, to be honest. 20 seconds on the clock.
Oh, but he's going in.
Not a bad idea.
He forced the OD out and managed to get out without much.
Nice blocks on the Gauntlet Hades there. 50 meter there. Okay, no more meter is left.
And Beidou just doing whatever he can to try and open up Monarch here. Time's running out.
He's in.
Barriers down.
That was a very good DP.
Had to do it right there. Just ran out of barrier and just in time for a DP RC to
Yeah.
connect. Those IBs were so crucial in building up the meter to allow Monarch to get out of that situation.
Definitely, because I feel like Beidou was trying to go for a bit more D drive in order to get Monarch to lose the HP to win the timeout. But Monarch said, no, I'm not going to allow you to do that. Nice neutral there. Monarch has definitely changed up the game plan. That's plus on block. Safe crest activation there. And DP conversion
Yeah,
because of the
just
crest.
it's at the max range as well. So now we're just
JC.
crossing another JC. It is a button of all time for S, and now we're going to the corner here as well. They did
The
also
MVP.
out of barrier again pretty soon here.
Had to.
Now,
That would
that
have been
was-
a big punish.
That was an interaction. That was like I think 2 DPs from Monarch as well as a DP clash for the Inferno Divider and a rapid
Yeah.
for both players. So
Definitely had to, because the last DP for Monarch would have been punishable.
huge resources
Oh,
for both
6B.
players. Baited running out of barrier. There it is. Oh, and just
Oh.
in time for the 6B to hit in the air.
This is very bad for Beta Dude right now. But Carnage Scissors is a thing.
But
Had
we're
to
using
counter
it to
assault.
counter assault.
If he could survive till he gets OD'd, I think that might be the plan, but trying not to let Monarch get too much mileage. But it's going to be very difficult. He's already halfway through his barrier. 16
Plus,
seconds on the clock. Burning the crest.
How much damage are you really going to get off of an OD hit? It has to be a big counter hit. Good throw
Yeah.
tech here. 5 seconds left. He's going
It
to be
would have
forced
to
to
be
pop
fatal.
We're gonna need a raw OD if we're gonna do anything here.
it. Does he even go for it? Just
Oh, he
barely.
couldn't do it raw. It wasn't raw.
But
Yeah, it
this is
wasn't
an
raw.
Undernight moment. He
It-
literally cannot kill on time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
impossible.
nah, it's impossible. As soon as
Yeah.
he did the OD on block, he locked himself out of having the large bar. I think what, like a good
It-
few seconds.
It goes
He
from
locked
8 to
himself out
4
of 4 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
8 to
he
4.
was
Yeah.
at max timer there. It's every 10% of your health that it
Yeah.
adds a little bit to adds like a full second to the timer if I recall correctly.
Yeah, and I feel like it definitely could have been done because remember Wagner's D drive and overdrive does way more chip.
Wait, no, I might not be right actually on the exact timer, but every 10% is a decent chunk.
I think that was what
Yeah.
it was like in CP.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
because it was longer.
Yeah, for this one it's max 8 seconds, and then the math was not mathing, but that
No.
aside, what a crazy set.
That was amazing. Every resource was used, including the timer.
I mean, that's probably the most timeouts in a set I've literally ever seen in BlazBlue.
Yeah, and to be honest, I feel like it wasn't just like a thought process that happened immediately. It was like, okay, we've been pressuring each other for so long, we're gonna have to work for time now because we're
Yeah.
both not giving each other an inch.
There are
it-
certain matchups you expect to see like run into time, but S versus Ragnar is definitely not one of them. But with these two players, we saw timeouts just as the norm. It was very impressive to see.
Definitely, the level of play it's so different when you see it up there because they definitely taken into consideration all the the positive and the negatives when it comes to the match. So sometimes you'll just see Beta Dude when he has an advantage, or Monarch when he has an advantage, just back off. It's like, yeah, we're gonna just play it safe. There's no point, betting everything on the pressure. Just because you have someone caught doesn't mean that you'll necessarily open them up. And we saw how many DPs they both exchanged. They were not giving each other any room to breathe. So backing off was definitely a safe option, and the timer was there, and they both said, you know what, let's play for time.
Yeah. It's just super interesting to me, the way, especially the success rate of Beta Dude's pressure at the beginning and the end of the set. Completely different. I can't help but just think about the ways in which Monarch would just sit there and then eventually get opened up. And then suddenly you're seeing, instead of Monarch using his movement very well to avoid getting cornered in the first place. Or if he did, he immediately gets out and plays out neutral far more.
Yeah, that is the S WinCon the matchup. The first two matches where Beidou had the advantage, we did see him just kind of getting in on S for free and then eventually just pressuring her down to death. But as soon as Monarch was able to just kind of wiggle around more, it was all over. That plus, of course, like we were also mentioning how Beta Dude was actually opening up Monarch a lot earlier on, but the time getting used to how Beta Dude runs his strings was just what Monarch needed just to be able to block everything afterwards. Sometimes you just gotta get that download on your opponent.
Yeah, definitely. So I believe right now we're waiting for Kyo-chan versus Ice Cool.
Yes, this is still on winner's side. I believe Ice School is having difficulties joining the room though, so we might have to be a little bit on that just to see, who's gonna have all the problems once again. This time we can have players not being unable to join the room here.
The
Yeah.
classic.
I always say it gives a good excuse.
It gives a good excuse, huh? Man, I love this tournament.
Welcome back for like the 7th time. Actually, it's probably more.
It's more than that. It's more than that. It's rough out here. I'll likely see if I can install some drivers and see if that clears it up. But I always say it's a good excuse to get a bit more in the weeds of the matchup. But it looks like we're already set to start here.
So this is the match that you were looking forward to, Zach. Let's see how it goes.
Because we already know how these two characters in particular, if he picks Susan, as I know he also has a Terumi as well.
I definitely don't see him picking Terumi in this situation though.
Yeah, I mean the thing is with Ice School, even though he does hang on to Terumi in a sense, his main is Susan, and it shows. Like he's put in so much work with this character. He's won pretty much 90% of his tournaments with with Susan. So definitely, when someone mentions Ice School, I say that's a Susan player. So, but definitely looking at these two characters, big swings, big buttons, and big damage. Mai is still up there when it comes to high damage. A lot of people do forget that. They're so annoyed by how she can kind of dance around the playing field. But when she does get a hit, she really does a good amount of damage, especially since Kyo-chan has optimized almost all of her confirms as well. So this is going to be interesting to see and how long they last.
These two have fought a long time ago, which I do know Kyo did have the advantage, but lately when they've fought, Ice School's actually been edging it out. So we've definitely seen Ice School improve over time. He's just going to get even better from this point onwards, so we'll see is how good he's gonna get in the future. But for now, he does find himself in the pressure with Mai. But he does have DP unlocked. That is actually very huge in this matchup.
Okay, let's see. So he's just trying to get some nice kills. He has unlocked the DP, which is very good. Uses the pseudo DP with the 236C. Playing it safe. Uses the OD to delay his descent to punish the 2C.
Yeah, we
doesn't
Ice
quite
School
get the seal.
Ice School attempted that earlier on, in yesterday's set, but it was against a different character. Against Mai though, causing a 2C to whiff. There's a huge amount of recovery there.
Yeah, that was amazing, but unfortunately he was unable to get the seal he wants. Hopefully he can get it now, but it's going to be very dangerous because Mai's D-Drive is still a playing card there.
That wanted to be, Kyo wanted OD there. That's just slightly late. Not only losing the burst, but also getting hit by the wake up super.
And
so now the life.
Grand Viper. So you know what that means. Any conversion.
And speaking of conversion, that's going to be it for round
and
1.
And there it is with the Grand Viper. He just unlocked it and he finished the whole game for the round. 5-8 round start, the classic from Susan's to check people. Yes.
Yeah, this. That routing does get you sword, but unfortunately, Ice School did drop it, and the 5C catch in the back dash.
Oh no, that's a very good start for Mai.
Yeah, for every character, actually, I think every character in Blizzard gets a really good 5C start. That's 4K right there.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like the Blaze Blue heavy button in a sense. Oh no, no conversion? it almost looked. And JC, yep, the big swing. Trying to bait out some sort of throw reaction.
And here we are seeing Kyo actually being a lot more aggressive this round, partly because Ice School does not have the DP. But previously we did see Kyo kind of return to neutral at the end of every combo, but this time we're just going all in. Don't have to respect Susanoo on Wake Up.
Yeah. Oh, almost got punished for using the gun there.
I actually feel like Kyo could have punished if she IAD JC there, but regardless,
Possibly.
getting caught on the
Oh,
backdash.
trying to backdash against Mai is very dangerous. Because especially a lot of her moves push her forward as well. Oh, 6B. There's the OD she wanted before. How much damage are we getting with this?
It was a
we are
5A
in
start,
active flow?
so not the most, but we are in active flow.
We're in active flow. This is very good. Tries to do delay instant air dash, but Ice School waking up with the 2C. Both of them have a lot of resources. How are they going to use it? And she answered my question. Someone's listening to commentary.
Yeah, I mean, just Wake Up soon. You have a 100-meter, right? So may as well.
Akio, you're making me look bad. Like I'm helping someone. I'm not trying to help anyone, guys. So Kyo-chan taking the first game, and it pretty much went exactly how I thought it would in my head in terms of how the neutral was being played. But both of them did do some things that I wasn't expecting. Like Kyo-chan, the way that she shifted her pressure halfway through the rounds, and how Ice School was doing some really nice plays. But unfortunately, Ice School wasn't able to get the enders of his combos, which was quite weird. Because he did the hard parts of the combo, but he couldn't quite get the ender to get the seals. So he was definitely struggling to get seals in those last 2 rounds. So hopefully he's able to change that up in the next round, and we'll see how Kyo-chan responds to that.
Yeah, specifically at the end of the first combo in the second round with the OD combo, he did drop the ender there. That did deny him sword, and also, you know, you don't really want to be in neutral against Maya Susanoo for the most part. So it is very important to make sure you get all the things you can with Susanoo. And there is the JC cross up, immediate burst from Ice School.
And a 5B? Yeah, okay. We don't want to give them anything. Oh, tipper.
Yeah,
Into
then
the DP.
Ice School does have DP now. That is actually a game changer in this matchup. Kyo's gonna have to change how she approaches it. Catching the no tech.
there. Guess another 5A with 5A counter hit. What C are we getting? We're getting God Press. Forced attack. Counter assault. Oh,
we did-
the backdashes. He's been getting hit by that quite often. Tries to do a 2C, but it was a bit too late.
That is how it goes with actually both these characters. They do have a slower 2C, but we did get caught hitting the button there. I think that's going to be round 1 for Ice School here.
Yeah, definitely.
Back to neutral here in this situation. KA ends up connecting. Oh, that's
fighting
scrappy.
back. My goodness.
One thing that I think Kyo always tests in players is how strong their level 1 is. Kyo plays Mai in a very brolic manner, so the way they play really forces you to be able to have a strong layer 1, because otherwise you're going to get cooked at some situation, and part of that strong layer 1 means being able to handle scramble situations, especially in the face of aggressive play. Ooh, Jesus!
Speaking of aggressive play, you don't see the God Press very often, but when you do, it's always hype if you ask me.
You just feel
of
the
a
pressure. So 1 apiece now. Ice School definitely felt, he looked like he was more comfortable in that round. So it looks like he's waking up at the moment. The God Press definitely felt like a statement in all that.
Yeah, God Press is one of those things you press it and you're like, I'm that guy. Don't worry, I got this. My 2C, we got this. Together we can get this done. Usage of orb. I wonder if Kyo is just trying to flip and it's getting caught in the later invuln frames or something else. Really good
That could be
adjustment
a
for
thing.
that confirm here.
Yeah, that's a very interesting round. We actually saw it in the previous game as well. It just ensures that you don't get the side swap. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, okay then.
Yeah, we're not seeing a lot of spears being thrown by Kyo-chan, and like Scrimgore said, you don't really want to play neutral against someone like Mai because of that. And now we're seeing some spears.
Trying to make sure that the shockwave lands kill is in order to make sure that they get some of those plus frames. Should be an easy EA. Send them
into
the
the
full screen.
Oh,
And
no.
tries to play really aggressively there, but Ice Cool, that's the thing with both of these characters. They have a really good tool for catching people's approaches like the 2Cs that we mentioned before. While the
Ice
2Cs
Cool's
make
usage of 2C this game has been amazing. Like, we all know how good that button is, but
Wow.
he's definitely using it, like,
yeah, for
to
sure.
an amazing degree.
The thing with Susanoo's 2C is that it is actually very slow in terms of head involved. So whenever he lands it, you know he's actually reading his opponent, not necessarily reacting. So that is just some very good player knowledge here from Ice Cool, being able to utilize that button as effectively as he has been.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I
definitely.
think
I mean, even on block as well.
especially against Kyo, you really do want to play it out preemptively. Kyo often overshoots the IEDJC slightly in order to make it cross up. And so Susanoo 2C is an insanely good response to that. As despite its slow speed, fatal hit here. This is going to look pretty big. First to prevent that big damage. Or the set right there. The game
Puts
is in
up a
the
wall.
literal palm of Ice Cool's hand.
Okay, Kyo heating up right now.
Yeah, return to neutral, don't want to overcommit, especially when Susanoo does have DP. Perfectly fine playing neutral, getting that hit, putting Ice Cool in the corner here.
Are we gonna
Ice Cool,
attempt to
not
bait
sure
the
if they were looking
DP?
for a trade or what with the 6B. Okay.
Yeah,
this
avoided
is
the
active flow.
situation.
And that was the active flow version. That's a lot of damage, and that's
Oh, not
the 6A.
respecting it. You have to respect the pistol. I'm sorry. It's a check. It's a check.
Yeah, I think that's a really good choice for my school. In a lot of situations in which either player has been sent at full screen, it's often been Kyo that ends up making the approach. So standing still to go for the 6A instead of waiting out for a 2C or even an orb is a very good way of checking a different response from Kyo. Ooh, that was really close.
That was scary.
Yes.
It's a punish. Oh,
Oh,
no, not the
no.
right punish, though.
Yeah, they tried to go for flip there. They should have probably just gone for a 5A in that
I
situation.
feel like that was a mistake.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what was going on. The whoa, actions are happening. OD on the throw, but too
Nice
late
block.
on the punish.
Both players did OD at the correct time, but didn't go for the right punish. That's pretty interesting.
That attempt to go for an even bigger punish is like, you know, they don't have that much recovery now.
Yeah. A lot of 60 usage from Ice Cool. Kyo hasn't tried to mash on any of that. They've been blocking it pretty successfully thus far. I'm wondering when Ice Cool's going to start trying to slip in a few more 3Cs instead.
Oh, almost. Oh, he
Almost
came
got a
down
reach up.
with the button.
Yeah, if Ice Cool got that confirmed, that was going to look like an optimal
this-
Dragon Ball
this is-
combo with the rejump there.
This is death, yeah.
Yeah,
Kyo
he
had
got
the
it,
option to
okay.
burst, but opted not to, which is fine, saving for this round, but this is the potential last round, because Ice Cool is on set point now.
Yeah,
Very
he's,
true.
he's just burning through the HP with an amazing round start there as well. Susan's button's amazing in the air as well.
I think the
Yep,
unlock
just
choice here is
check.
also pretty smart to go for orb here. Now they can nullify some of the projectiles like from those, as well as catching a few of Kyo-chan's approaches.
Yeah, and forcing the tech as well, like that for certain situations.
Level 2 wheel
Oh,
fuzzy doesn't quite connect the full string. There it is.
And there we go, we are using the burst on Kyo's side here. That's going to be no more burst for maybe the rest of this game, depending on how this goes.
it looks like
Ooh,
she's
great
running out of
6A.
options. Nice flip. Nice blocks.
Pops the OD, maybe to stay safe, but Kyo still gets the hit regardless.
Whoa.
That's a lot of command dashes. Looking for the counter assault here, Ice
Nice
Cool.
blocks. Nice blocks.
Wanna get
That
it.
was unsafe. It wasn't
This
a
time,
tip.
yeah, this time it's the punish. You gotta know the space to get that spike hit, but Ice Cool just wanted the overhead. He's willing to risk the little bit of damage he would get as a punish, though. He's still in a good position. Though it's not gonna be as good if Kyo has another hit.
empty
And there it is, the other hit I was talking about.
He's about to get his OD back. He has level 2 will and level 2 of the. Oh, the
You woke up.
disrespect.
Aw!
The disrespect.
That's probably going to kill with the
That's
unlocks that
absolutely
Ice Cool
gonna
has, by
kill.
the way.
Definitely.
That is what? I'm so flabbergasted by that option.
I've seen so many Susans do that to a point where I'm, you know,
You're desensitized. It sounds like
Yeah,
you're
we-
desensitized.
I know people would not like to hear me say it's just an option because they're like, no, it ain't. But it's like, how many of you have, you know, seen it happen? Like,
Well, the thing with that, what got me is that it wasn't just tech into lightning hands. It was quick tech into lightning hands. Meaning, Kyo could
Yeah,
have absolutely done something about this, but
yeah.
just wasn't ready for it, and that's all it
Right.
is. Weren't ready, and you died.
It's the nature
That's
of
usually
that.
the case.
Yeah, it's the nature of that, especially with the RPS that could be going on at any moment, right? With BlazBlue's tech system in particular being actually very unique when you look compared to other fighting games. There are so many options to look out for when you knock down an opponent. And if you don't have a specific Oki setup, sometimes you can get kind of lost. Quick Rise is particularly useful because it doesn't flash for the roll or emergency tech options. So going for Quick Rise there is often really good for doing something surprising.
Yeah.
I imagine that Orb, I forget the startup, but I think it is technically Susanoo's fastest move.
Yes, it is his fastest move by far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so,
that-
I could see the usage there.
If you're gonna quick tech into any button, that is the right button. Though, he also is only able to get a full conversion because it counter hitted. Like if that had just regular hitted, then he wouldn't be able to kill off that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just kind of speaks to the various situations that you have. Sometimes when you're not really sure if you want a meaty or delay meaty, it's that little speck of hesitation that can cause such a crazy situation to occur and lose the match right there.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my goodness, we are heating it up, huh? We are right into our next set coming up here with Nano and Ruka.
Nah,
Is
this
this
is
the-
definitely interesting.
This is the second S we've been seeing today, with first one being Monarch. But despite being the same character, I feel like these two players play their character very differently.
Yes, for sure. Ugh, I got the chance to play against Ruka not too long ago. I'll keep it brief. He kicked my butt. He's pretty good. So- but in all
That is
seriousness,
sweet.
yeah. But I'm really excited to see him play. From my experience with him, I think he can maintain a pretty solid aggressive style. I'm wondering if he'll try to play it a bit more passively to deal with bits against Nano. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, we do have the aggressive run forward from Nano, while the defensive air dash back from Ruka on round start, going so far as you said.
Oh dear.
Oh
Up
my!
the crest.
OS, OS. The things
Yep,
that you do.
indeed.
Yeah.
I have to
S
say,
moment number
this is
40 this
interesting.
tournament.
This matchup in particular, I know a lot of people look at Izanami for the reason that she has such amazing neutral, but S's buttons are very annoying. And many Izanamis do not like dealing with S's buttons. I mean, just like everybody else.
I really
Like
like
so.
I think the buttons in combination with Ruka's movement have already been proving very fruitful for him. We've seen a couple of situations in which Nano is trying to stay at like around super jump height, and Ruka's ability to maneuver around is really good. It's only augmented with S's insane acceleration. She hits top speed so fast.
Oh dear.
But
my
suddenly
God.
the match is looking real different with Nano being on defense for most of this game, and suddenly Nano in the position they want to be, and probably getting the setup here while dealing 4K and taking the burst.
Time
is
for
the
some
closest thing to a car
Okizemi
crash I
with the
will witness
rib
right
cage and the fidget spinner, and just like that, we see, the Izanami special.
I would say that burst was also really rough. I'm not gonna lie. That was extremely unfortunate.
Yeah, but I definitely can't say that anyone saw it coming. That was definitely Nano just doing a slight, like, walk forward into like block just to see what would he do.
And there are
For sure.
there are a lot of characters who can like block for a bit before they continue their combo for the auto burst bait, and I think that was just one of those moments. So that was an unfortunate timing for Ruka on the burst.
Yeah. Oh, crest.
Unforeseen.
S moment number 41.
It's so funny because most of the time you're looking at Crest like, okay, fine, she like hit a drive button and then this clipped me. But instead we're seeing it from the aftershocks of the specials more often than not.
And that counter assault using her 5C animation goes very far.
My goodness, that JC hit hard.
Sent Nano off to the corner, gets the pickup with the 6B, catching the jump here. Not going to be able to set a Crest off of this, blocks the reversal super, should be a kill.
There we go. Okay, so one apiece right now.
Yeah, Nano decided just to risk it all there. If it hit, then great, but if not, we can go to the next round. So this is it. Gonna be the last round for game 1 here.
Run up to B, no fear. I doesn't care who he's fighting, what characters on the screen, no fear whatsoever. JC.
And there's that aggression. Nano being forced to pop the burst is super important. Izanami Overdrive is not seen super frequently, but it's extremely powerful. Taking that momentum away and still maintaining corner presence here is really great for Ruka.
Nano just can't breathe, unable to escape the corner, getting hit by. Oh yeah, that.
Yes, JC whipping and
Oh,
another
and
first hit.
You gotta respect a guy who's on edge, fighting for their life, but still has the ability to make you use your burst.
Yeah, and
But
these
yeah,
are
and then
very hard
continue.
reads. I think Nano. I want to talk about this in a moment here. I really want to see how this pans out before getting into it. This could very well be the game right now.
Oh no, just get out of
Let's
there.
get out of there.
Danger
Barrier
state,
for Nano.
JB.
Oh, but
Oh
the
my
slide,
God.
and that's actually should be it. There it is. Yeah, you got dropping it at this point.
So Nano's been going for that a couple of times in that situation. The last time that we saw it, Ruka ended up clipping it with the low fireball. I think this is Nano's response to get under and then punish the landing recovery from Ruka for going for air fireballs. We're finally seeing it bear fruit. I want to
It's
talk
quite
about.
dangerous there as well.
I know, seriously. I want to talk about the burst baits real quick before we get into this. I think a lot of times in BlazBlue, when you have a very good read on a player's emotional state, you can sense when they're really opting for a kill or really want to push the tempo. And in this case, when Nano finally gets that one needle in the haystack and gets a hit on Ruka, you can immediately tell that Ruka wants to go for a burst and set momentum right and close out something, whether it's a round or a game outright. And going for those burst baits in those situations have proven really good for the player reads here. I really want to see if Ruka decides to adjust, or if
Yeah.
they want
Goodness,
to keep
that
up.
D drive appears so fast in OD.
One of the-
that
one of the
OD is
most
cranked.
One of the
Yeah,
most
it is.
important things as a fighting game player is you really have to know how to reset your mental. Otherwise, you just kind of start spiraling downwards here. Those
Yeah,
were
definitely.
that was definitely an unfortunate loss for Ruka. In both those rounds, Ruka lost in game one. But now, looks like we're doing better now. Gotta maintain the momentum though.
And it's
Nice.
okay. Good hit here. If they opt to spend OD, that's most certainly the kill here.
Just making sure, always go for the kill, folks. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people try to optimize a combo. They have 1 HP and they make a comeback. If you need to use your resources, use your resources.
For sure. SOD is pretty good in a couple of situations. I would say it's one of the more underexplored ones, but all the same, like any other OD, it's good for closing out things. All right, and look at the buttons here. Ruka trying to stay just close enough to catch any possible escape.
That JC.
Tried to go for the instant overhead.
That was a
Those side
5A
swaps.
anti-air as well. You don't see that too often from Izanami because a regular 6A is really good at doing its job anyways.
Yeah, it's true. One of the best anti in the game. Oh.
Speaking of 6A,
Having access to your ground anti in the sky.
Oh, all right. This is okay. Okay, man. We're getting a little crazy here. Jesus Christ, please.
there are times where you just know your opponent knows you, and this is just one of those times.
I
Yeah.
mean, most of the time, S will rapid that. Oh, okay. Just little pause there.
There's so many weird situations happening in
It was
this.
just like, yo, we kind of missed each other. Let's reset. All right, cool. I got you.
In that case, it's like it really does feel like a cowboy moment where it's whoever quick draws, it ends up being the one that wins the interaction.
Yeah.
No full cancel off the 3C causes a bit of an awkward end to the combo.
We got the
Ruka.
active flow there on Ruka, switching momentum. There's the JC.
Surprised he's still going for it quite as much. OD popped, however.
I mean, it's not a bad idea against this because you want to make sure that your buttons are just stopping her from being able to breathe. So JB, JC, and 6B are playing big roles in this match. Sharp.
Oh. The first burst to end up succeeding just in time to get out of that super.
Yeah, it also robbed Nano of 50 meter too. So
50
it is a
meters
little
still on deck
unfortunate.
for him, though.
yeah, and
I think
also
he's just
Ruka
gonna-
actually at 1 touch right now. But as long as you can keep Nano locked down in this position, and there's catches the roll.
Nice
My-
block.
That was so meaty to catch the backdash there. Oh my god.
Oh, and
Great
it
RC on the
catches
counter
the
assault.
Counter assault.
We're getting the
Everything
burst
just really
back though
low for
before this is
Nano.
over.
Throw
An
can still
early
do it.
activation there. Doesn't want to wait. And JC.
Oh my god. One thing that I think is really important to note, I'm gonna be a bit of a hypocrite. I was saying earlier that I was surprised that Ruka is still going for a lot of these JCs. Mostly because Nano was fuzzy jumping in a couple of situations, which resulted in him winning. But I think it's very important to note that you cannot let one instance of something going wrong discourage you from using a tool completely. and Ruka has most certainly held forward in that regard. I think the other really cool adjustment Ruka's been doing is that they've been opting to go for EA and more defensive overdrives in general instead of opting for bursts. And I think it's proven very helpful for them.
Yeah.
Speaking of defensive ODs, but you can't really do anything about Izanami in that position with Ribcage up, even VOD. But still able to block everything.
That was
good.
very punishable, by the way.
Yeah, I think Ruka kind of breathed a sigh of relief, like, I'm just glad to be alive and be here.
Yeah, which is understandable. The character does make you feel like that.
For sure.
Danger state. Okay, gets back, but gets caught by the anti anyway.
Yeah, because I
Runs him
think
into the corner.
Izanami was still in Exodus though, so she couldn't block.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've noticed that from Nano a couple of times. When he's out of barrier gauge, or if he wants to play evasively, he'll still pop the Exodus just to use the bits to enforce neutral presence. I think he has really great evasive movement from float. That kind of helps him bulwark this. Oh, goodness.
I believe that's the first 6B we've seen, I think. Well, for an overhead.
I think so. I've mostly seen, like, empty float cancel low.
Yeah. Oh.
Big whiff, but no punishes on either sides of the players.
Okay, just playing the neutral. JB. Waiting for the bits to get thrown out so that he can play some neutral. Throws out some projectiles.
There you go. We got the shield up.
Gauge from
Trying to
neutral
avoid
here.
the situation. Danger state,
Ow.
run up 6B.
Nano has to play this defensively.
Nice tech.
Look at that, just
Almost.
simple super jumps, float.
They just
So
buying
much time stalled.
Backs away, amazing command of the neutral right here by Nano.
Like, look at that movement. You look at Nano
That-
play, and you like. I think about Nano. I immediately think this dude can just fuzz you for 20 minutes and just have a blast. But
He's just traveling.
he's just so
having
good
a
at moving
time.
around, and it's
Yeah,
insane because
it's
you're like,
great.
S's buttons are so huge. Like, how are these swings not connecting? But it truly is a testament to Nano's movement and neutral.
The patience there makes him just watched him whiff and just went in for the punish.
Yeah. Goodness, so cool. So cool.
Yeah, the thing is, we've all heard it before. The character is very, very strong, but when it comes to actually using her tools and traveling around the screen, it is way harder than it looks.
Yeah, like
He
she
is
actually has a
commanding it.
she has a pretty fast dash and a really good backdash. And even a lot of her specials can be used as pseudo movement tools. And we just seen Nano use all of them just to
Yeah.
not only just pressure you, but also just move around. And it's just amazing to see how he's
Sure.
got his
Oh,
movement down
and
pat.
he's traveling. Yep, as you said,
There it
the
is.
move just the move just pushes her forward and then slides.
Oh, there you go.
That is okay. Now we're just playing it super aggressively here with the slides
Your
instead.
ankles are broken right now.
Well, we did
I wonder-
in game 2. We actually saw Nano play a little more defensively, so now it didn't actually work out. So now going super offensive. It's actually been working out so far.
Yeah,
This
Nano
might just
just
be perfect.
like flips the page. Like,
Oh wait,
Okay, hold on a second. Speaking of which, this could be a big turn, but Ruka, for him, it's a dire situation right now. Plenty of meter to go for. Being at such low health means that Ruka's gaining that meter passively, so that'll help bring them up to 100. But
got the
Oh,
burst
yeah.
off Nano. So even if Ruka
Momentum.
loses this round, that's still huge.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Man.
And great call.
Man. I mean, what can you do? You see it is another running towards you, a ribcage. You going stand still?
Yeah.
Oh no.
3-6 for float.
He
Man,
really
these-
he's just stepping on the gas right now. Like Nano's like, you know what? Playing defensively and patiently has been okay, but now I'm gonna just run you down.
He's like, I think it's done. Well, let's close out the script real quick.
Yeah, you know, I'm just gonna step on the gas.
You know, I'm tired.
He's just running forward with no fear. Like
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, when you have your shield covering you, I don't see why you fear anything. In fact, Ruka just reacted DP there, even without the meter
No,
to
but
wrap it.
even without
that-
the shield, he without the shield of dreams, he's just been running at him like as if he's Ragnar or something. No fear.
Great
6B.
throw tech. Gary Gage is back for
I
Nano.
love the way he
Amazing
used
use
that.
of the drive
Yep.
to delay the landing. Oh my goodness. Really excellent
Yeah,
movement
like
here.
you could put ribs up now, but he's like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Oh no.
EP comes out, but Rib is already out here. That's not going to get much done. Danger State here. Could be a big
Can't
punish.
block.
20% damage bonus. It's going to
That's
help
it.
him
Get his
slightly.
OD back. JC?
Oh my god, both get blocked. RC. And wants
Spending
to finish
all
this here
the
and
meter
now.
to keep the
Whoa,
pressure
whoa,
up.
whoa, whoa. Oh no.
Oh my god.
The-
The
Command grab!
command grab.
After everything, all of the mix-ups, the high-lows, the cross-ups, the empty lows, it's the command grab.
I mean,
ends up sealing.
that's an option Nano didn't show literally the entire set. So if you're ever gonna bust it out at that point, it may as well be for the game ender, right?
Why does
Yeah,
this
that's-
remind me of Punk versus Mena RD at EVO recently, when Mena didn't use command grab at all until literally the very last round of the,
the
set.
last bit and it won him the whole set.
To literally close it out right there. I think really good showing from Nano here. Man, I'm sorry. Every time I watch Nano play, I have to gush about something different about his play. I want to say something real quick. Barlow once said to me that whatever seemed sorry. You know how long you've played the game based on what you consider to be the most messed up part of Izanami?
Yeah.
Like you start off and then it's Ribcage, then it becomes 2B, then it becomes JB, then it becomes Float, and it becomes something else as time passes on. And I really do love that Nano manages to bring out so many facets of this character in all of its insane strength.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's no stretch to say a lot of people consider Izanami to be the best character in BlazBlue. But it's really when you see a person take advantage of all of like the smaller things that make Izanami really good is where you can really see why people think she's the best character in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think Nano being one of the best Izanami players in the country, most certainly he can provide excellent demonstrations on that. I want to close out also by mentioning, because, you know, Zach, you and I were talking about especially the momentum changes. Insane work.
Definitely.
But you know, speaking of some of the best players in the country, now we do have Don versus Vizama. These two, definitely, if you've been following any net play brackets, you've seen them. And in particular, actually, this matchup, they're both very good friends, and they fought both on and off stream lots and lots of times. So these are players who probably know each other the best out of everyone here in the tournament.
This is going to
and
be a very interesting match because they're going to be doing so many friendly knowledge checks because they fight all the time.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like in a match like this between these two specific players, we're skipping steps or like layers 1 through 3. We're starting with like layer 4 from the start.
Yep.
back chain here from Fuzz is going to get the first hit of the match here.
And just from that round start alone, a lot of the times we'll be thinking that they're going to be thinking like 20 steps ahead, but then they'll forget about the usual first step that a normal player would take. So something like jump up, back, chain down, he got hit by it, but he was prepared for every other big brain move there was on the page.
Yeah. I think one thing that we're talking about a lot with the familiarity and layers is that it's very important to have a good concept for understanding when to switch up what layer you're on. And that's a very... Okay, that throw here is
Slides
huge.
under the 6D because it was too high and goes for the grab.
To be able to... Oh no, big drop here. But still finds an air throw in that situation.
And
These extensions?
that's death. Oh, never mind. Did drop the combo, but Buzz
Yeah,
still
it
in a
was
very
just off.
strong position. No chains though. There we go. Chains are back.
Yep, you have to hit her, otherwise that would have been a very bad situation.
On this pretty liberal...
Whoa.
Oh,
That was
you
a-
are
yep,
trying to
look-
get a little fancy here.
That was a friendly knowledge check. And by friendly, I mean these two know each other so well. It's like, you're going to try and summon the puppet, aren't you? He's like, nope, no, I'm not. Nice try. 100 meter. You know what time it is.
Yeah, we're
Nice little regen route here.
You know what
It
time it
should.
is.
I mean, come on, baby. What
You
else
know-
could
yep.
it be?
You know what time it is.
Bios.
But can Fuzz block this? He knows the Relius, and he does get out of it, but doesn't get hit for the JB. That's gonna be it.
Layers.
Counter hit just at the very end. He tried to click a button and it just was not there on time.
Oh. Thought he could just slide in like that. Don saying no. Okay, we're already near the corner. Goes for the 2D. Misses the TK over there, but gets a new combo. We're going to try
gonna-
again.
He's
Get
gonna,
the
he's
meter
either has
back?
to de-summon or OD here. Opposite OD to keep the pressure up, get the full meter back.
Oh, the double
B ends up
low.
connecting. Looks like Fuzz was looking for a fuzzy jump in that situation and got clipped by it.
I get it. Fuzz looking for the fuzzy jump.
I have tried to find new ways to mix up that joke for ages. It is tough. You'd be like, Fuzz, fuzzy guarded. Oh my god. And now Dawn is up a game here in this situation, though. I think recently, as far as I understand, Dawn has been beating Fuzama a bit more. I don't know. I don't have their lifetime sets. You would have to go through a treasure trove of brackets.
I've been looking at them on streams, brackets. They just be casually in like the Discord, like meeting each other in rank match, just doing sets. It can go back and forth, but you can definitely tell that Relius is just a very annoying character for Hazama to deal with, because once you get knocked down, your options are very limited, especially when you're locked down by the puppet.
I know in BlazBlue you can add people to like your good player list, and it shows you like your lifetime record with them. And if these two actually have done that to each other, I would love to see what their overall score is.
It's definitely
Oh,
over
yeah.
1,000. It's definitely over 1,000 for these two alone.
6A here. 214C comes out once again.
Yeah. He's gonna have to unsummon there, but Dawn ready to block when Fuzama's ready to punish, and now we get the full doll meter back.
He's heading back into the 214C. Oh, not close enough for the flash
The
kick.
second 5A to continue the combo. Good awareness from Fuzz there.
Yeah, with the first 5A, but the second hit connected, which is pretty funny. You got the full conversion there.
Yep, good awareness there. Nice JA into JB there. Dash 5C, very difficult to do with Hazama in those combos. Backs away because he knows that Don wanted to put the puppet down. Here's a hot engine.
And we're going for the kill here.
There's
Oh.
one thing that was. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
What an unfortunate situation. Don't go. Oh, what the?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm usually good at seeing when that's gonna cross up, but where the chain was and when he pressed the C follow-up, I did not expect that to go behind Relius.
Yeah,
I got
I'm
mixed.
not gonna
I got
lie.
mixed.
That literally looked like a speedrun strat of clipping through a wall or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
actually, I was
Based
literally gonna
Relius.
say the exact same thing, Zach. I'm pretty good at seeing the house cross up, but that definitely hit me there.
That
That one-
chain
that
was
was a
nowhere
weird
near
one.
Relius's foot, and he
He,
went
like-
behind him. He got robbed.
BlazBlue collision boxes are something else. That's all I can say.
Sonic speedrun wall glitches.
I swear, the dude is just trying to do a whole like level wrap.
Oh,
my
dear.
god.
Oh.
Weird
That-
hit for B
that-
follow-up connection.
That was so good. The 2C actually hit the doll,
Ooh.
which allowed him to cancel into stance to get the B follow up on Relius, and now we're getting the full confirms here too.
I know it's been many years since Hazama has been released, but I don't know why. Every time he dashes into a move, it will always be the hypest thing for me.
Fuzz is stylish as hell. I'm not
I
gonna
think
lie, dude.
it just looks so cool when Hazama
Yeah,
just dashes
it's just
in.
slick.
It just slides into it. It looks pretty cool. I admit.
Don't
Yeah,
get it twisted.
I just can't get bored of it. Uh-oh.
I get
You know what
annoyed
that
fighting
is.
against this character sometimes.
Oh, you
I
back
just-
that?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
the,
wait.
that's the
I like
character
that.
knowledge right there. That
Yeah,
is character
back
knowledge.
dashing to attack in the air.
Yeah.
Was able to
think-
twirl to avoid the situation there. Wasn't quite quick to punish the backdash.
All right, gets the EA here. Be looking good right now. All right, even in rounds right now. First gauge is also dead even. First hit might determine who gets active flow. Or unless we just tack a lot of throws.
Oh. Oh no.
It's gonna hit, yeah, that's a full
Fuzz didn't want to
conversion.
be there. That was unfortunate.
Relius is gonna have to desummon pretty soon, especially with Ignis in blue. Yeah, there it is.
There's no call out here from Fuzama. One thing that's really important to know when dealing with Relius is that oftentimes once that gauge is around a quarter or 1/3 available, you're going to see a desummon, and that's the time you really want to challenge. I wonder if Fuzz just has been kind of burned in the past for trying to do stuff like micro dash 2B in order to punish it, but it's super important for forcing out.
I do feel like
pressure sequences
Hazama's
out of route.
2B, especially after dash, is kind of slow. So he probably would just rather take returning to neutral rather than risking something.
Yeah,
just
maybe
a spare
3C or
choice.
something. Definitely something to lab out for some time, I would say.
Oh.
Fuzz slips between Relius and his wife, managing to get the burst from Dawn in this situation. 623D, no, it's gonna be the fort. What a good.
Yo,
he's dead.
maximize the damage for me, sir, please.
He's dead. He's dead. He's dead.
That's death. Yeah. Is super here? That's it.
Mm-hmm.
He's so dead. 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 Why do you gotta kick him in the face? Jesus Christ.
I'm making it one apiece. Going back and forth. What else is new for these two? They already know the deal. They know why
Yeah.
they're here.
As the type of player who really loves air stalling, especially with Hager, it always makes me so sad to see Hazama land anti-air chains, but it's also so hype at the same time.
I won't lie, there is something to be said for trying to just jump out of something and then you get 6-2-3 out of it. And you're like, yeah, bro, so true. As you get
We've all
flung
been there.
across.
We've all been there.
Especially because when was it? Didn't it used to guard break in the older versions? I forget. No, I might be bugging. I don't know. Well, another time perhaps.
Ooh, scoops.
Yeah, that was the
Right.
enhanced one as well. As you get a full combo, it's also gonna be a lot of damage too.
Chasing him up there, getting the 4K.
Yeah, those
Squeezing
extensions
all
from Fuzz really do allow him to kill in just a few less touches than most.
Yeah, I mean, Hazama used to be like, well, people tend to look at Hazama as like not too much of a damage dealer outside of OD, but Hazama has definitely optimized almost every confirmed to the brink where, as you can see,
He has something set up for every situation.
yeah, you have to. Because the thing is, I feel like every character in this game can definitely squeeze out more than people already know. But it takes a really good player to definitely get the full potential of a character, and that's definitely something Hazama has done with this character.
And like in that last round, I believe Dong only hit by 3 combos, and that was death, which is something you don't really expect to see because Relics is average HP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you don't expect to see that from Hazama, but here we are.
The other thing too, right, is that you can squeeze out as much damage as you want, but it's usually a matter of squeezing out enough damage to meaningfully kill somebody in less hits. The way that Fazama manages to squeeze out these like 3.8k and 4k confirms really does mean that he can get 3 solid hits and kill, as opposed to, okay, this requires a little bit of
Responds
change.
to the 2C with his own 2C. I have one too, sir.
We can both show off here. We'll compare some answers for each other.
Oh,
A few unusual drops, that could have been a big pickup.
He goes right back
Tries to
in
get the
there
burst.
to pick up a new combo. Delays the tech to not get hit by Ignis. Almost said Ada, my bad. Nice blocks. Good awareness there.
Oh, I can't help but think that was OD.
Yeah, I don't. Fazama rarely bursts unless it's gonna end the game. That was almost 100% an OD, just slightly mistimed. It actually puts
Yeah.
Don in a pretty acceptable position here. Took Fazama's burst and the round.
Ed even here, and I will say that both players really do like to use overdrive,
Oh.
but oh goodness.
Tried to use 2C to hit Ignis, but it was a bit of a big button to use. Oh, that's
Oh, that
blast.
2-2-A hit so meaty.
And especially if you hit with the especially meteor frames of 2-2-A, you actually get really big combos from it too.
Yeah.
Because you can
Nice
connect
block.
2C, and it's
Nice
huge.
awareness. Nice IVs,
card,
but gets
flex.
command grabbed. You can only block for so long until you get grabbed.
Doesn't need to burst here.
Yeah, Fuzz
Surely
get,
a
wake up OD
OD's
for
coming
sure.
up.
Yeah, there it is.
1-2.
Doesn't get out of the corner
You actually
here.
got hit like that.
Oh, 3C?
I think that was 2C. I'm pretty sure that's
I'm-
2C.
I
he
am
just got crossed
willing
up.
to bet money he hit 1C, and that's what happened. I
Yeah.
agree with you.
It can happen. It can happen.
Man, in that situation, man, there's a different timeline if Fazama manages to dash under. I feel like it's a different timeline. Regardless of that fact, we're here. This is potentially the last game for Fazama here. All Don needs is just 2 rounds in this game, and then he can move forward in this bracket.
Oh, Ignis. Oh, okay, nice J60 there. Nice with the dash 5C. Not easy to do. In the corner. What is the Okizemi? Catches him rolling. Catches him rolling again. The friendly knowledge check. I know what you're trying to do, Don. and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let you do it.
And we just got. I feel that might have been a slightly bit of a tilt burst there.
I'm not even. Gonna lie.
think
I
that
feel
was
like
it.
they're in the VC. I feel like they're in the VC, cussing each other out right now as we speak. Oh, you think you're slick? You think you're nice? No, try it again. I will.
Sometimes the best fighting game sets are insanely vitriolic, and then afterwards you're like, "Hey, good games. I appreciate your friendship." I'm like,
It's true,
"Oh,
all the
okay."
cussing, the storm, and then the GG's, man.
It's like, yeah, good time.
You know, same time tomorrow. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Oh my goodness. 5-8
5-8.
did not hit Dunk, but
Oh,
And Don now on set point. He was a bit behind, but now it looks like he's looking good, though he is down a burst. Let's see if Fazama can take advantage of that. And we do know Fazama is the type of player, if you give him his burst, he's gonna take your life with it.
yep, definitely. Has the OD advantage here, which he can definitely use to his advantage. So, oh, okay, fighting back. Okay, that's starting to open him up often now. He was blocking it in the first few rounds, but now it's starting to take his toll.
yeah, it looks like Dawn is showing the same side option a bit more. Relia's mix-up is a very funny thing. Most of it, without meter, is not actually super bad. That couldn't have just been a raw 6A.
See-
That might have been a dash input that got that
That's
became
what-
6A.
We mentioned earlier about knowing Relius is gonna unsummon. There, Fazama went for 3C, but again, I do feel like the 3C is also a bit on the slower side, so he actually
Yeah,
get punished for
Yeah,
that.
it might be tough for
he's
Hazama
locked
specifically.
in.
Again, that would take some labbing. Good
Nice
awareness
jump
on the
out.
command grab.
Okay, his Actiflow has got his burst back. Fazama has to
Actiflow.
be very careful to.
Oh no.
Oh no. Okay, no,
Ignis
Ignis
is dead,
Ignis
so.
out. Forces the burst out of him. He doesn't want him to get any mileage from that. 100
Don-
meter.
Don wants the game here with that burst, but that might not matter. Fazama can kill here.
Just has to finish the confirm in this situation. Doesn't need to even spend overdrive. Splits him at potentially his last round with a lot more resources to play around with.
And he's got the OD and Don on 4 right now. Let's see how this plays out. An early combo from OD wouldn't be too bad because the Actiflow would be activated quicker as well.
Exactly.
Nice dash there.
Jesus, just barely
Oh,
getting
that
out
was
of that
unsafe.
6 seat. A little staggered on that 2B. Catches Fazama mashing something here.
Not the best
Miss
start
Gage
for
is
Fuzz
the-
right here. He's locked in, gets hit by the JB, D-summons.
Yeah, but Relius
He has
couldn't really can get that to go longer, but the throw is
Yeah.
actually enough to get the burst off Fazama. He's gonna have a really big uphill climb here now, though.
Yeah.
He's trying his best to get rid of Ignis. Okay, gets the hit.
Another 2C is a big starter here. It's a side swap, chain follow up. He opts for the knockdown here. Backs off after the low follow up. Just barely gets under the J2 and 4B.
Okay, he's got the blocks. Got the blocks.
We're jumping
Jumps
out
out.
as well. Ignis almost dead, but did manage to get desummoned
Blocks
by the hit.
2C with response of his
No!
own, but whiffs. Falls down with the JB and
That's gonna hit. No, it's not gonna hit. Yeah,
Oh my god.
you know he's already popping off in the chat.
it's all right though. He did close it out with the J3D, but yeah, I didn't think that was gonna hit.
That VC is on fire right now.
Jesus.
Actually, I'm pretty sure all Don had to do was the 3C OD 3C Astron. It would have worked, but regardless, he
Yeah.
did get the win, so congratulations.
That was interesting, I must say.
Yeah. No, it's good advice. Sorry. Brain is too many things. No, because I mean, like, think about it like this. It's just kind of like, could have done this thing simpler, not lost. Good job, though.
No, but he won though, so it's all good though, right?
You are a really nice person, so you do not mean it in like any backhanded way whatsoever. I just think that if almost literally any other person says that, like if I were to say that, I would be dripping with sarcasm. You're being genuine, and I
It's
love
just-
that for you. I genuinely do.
I appreciate that you see me that way. It's just that I've been learning Relius myself, and like if I was in that situation for beta, that's exactly what I would have done because I don't know how to combo his Astral any other way. So
Yeah, no, I see that. What I was thinking was that I don't know if we can combo it in after OD J2 and 4B because it does the ground bounce when it's enhanced. So I thought that
Yeah.
he would just go directly into that, or I don't know if the timing's not familiar or if he hasn't had that labbed or whatever. There's multiple reasons why that could have happened.
Yeah.
Either way, of course, as you mentioned, Scrim does work out for him in the end.
Yeah.
Okay,
That was a good
we
deal.
have it's been a little crazy, yes.
absolutely.
Okay,
And now because that was loser side for both this and the previous set, we actually our top 8 is now down to top 6.
Yeah. So I believe up now it will be Kyo-chan versus Nano.
Right. let us. Yeah, we already took a look at it a brief moment ago. So this should be. I'm super curious. Do you guys know who had beaten Nano earlier in pools?
Oh,
No, I did not. Nano played in pools A or B, so I did not get to see it.
Okay.
okay.
Perhaps.
Wait, wasn't Nano's one? Wasn't it Metal Wolf?
No, Metal Wolf was in my pools,
Oh, okay.
and Metal Wolf unfortunately went 0-3, I believe.
Oh,
Oh man. Okay. Hope we get to see
Okay.
them for some other brackets. Right now, though, I am so curious as to how this set will go. Kyo is extremely aggressive. Like they will hold forward if they feel that they can to push the pace. And
Actually,
against Nano,
Oh, sorry. I just want to say we just got word from Kasha that Nano's one loss was actually to Kyo. Nano went 2-1 in pools and lost to Kyo.
interesting. Okay,
I feel like
Ouch.
JD has something to do with it.
I would imagine that it helps lock down neutral a lot in situations where Izanami wants to float.
Yeah, because it's very hard to catch. As we've seen, Nano's movement is a big thing that helps him during these matchups, and JD doesn't discriminate. They will find you, so it's quite hard to dodge the JD whilst floating. It's easier to jump over it, but whilst floating, it's definitely going to be something that snipes you. Ooh.
There's the counter assault bait, and that's going to be it for round 1. Yeah, I do know that we mentioned earlier that Izanami is usually voted as the best character in BlazBlue, but even then, I know Izanami arguably has like a 5-5 matchup with Mai. It could be very rough.
I think
Yeah.
S and Mai are some of the. When I say worst, I mean 5-5.
Yeah.
Yeah, the most
Yeah.
even her matchups get. It's
Yeah.
it's curious to me because Mai and S are pretty strong characters in their own right. They are very good at washing a lot of lower tier characters,
Yeah.
but especially against some of the top echelon, they're very good anti-meta characters.
Yeah,
in that
they were usually held as like the anti-meta in a sense when it came to those two. It's just S became the meta because it's like S is a good character. That was an amazing conversion there. In danger state, tried to force Nano to tech in the air with the 2C, dives down and takes it anyway.
I think he flipped the command grab
Yeah.
and then got the charge A follow-up.
Kyo
would've-
absolutely flipped the command grab mid-string there. That was pretty good.
That is nutso stuff. Jesus Christ. And there's the JC.
Yeah, just Kyo knowing we can't let them get out. We need to contain the threat.
Wondering
The
if we
quick
start
get up?
seeing... Oh, why did that JC hit in reverse? Jesus Christ.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to trigger anyone in the audience.
Oh no, I don't feel triggered. I'm just like, wow, that is a thing that happened.
JC is an amazing button. You should all try it.
Look, both characters on the screen have insane buttons. This is a dishonest game, and I love it for that. Come on,
The
now.
best part about it.
You know,
Come on.
the characters we mentioned on this particular match, S, Mai, and Nine. No, sorry, Izanami. Those characters are all new to CF. I'm just saying. Something
So
about
true.
something about the new CF characters. There's something off about them.
These
I
new guys.
mean,
Just don't know
Yeah,
about-
they just barged in here, took our game away from us. Damn.
Oh my, can you imagine? I can't teleport back to like mid 2010s thinking of like the release of these characters and just the immediate reactions to them.
It's funny, but most of them came out. They were like, people were like, yeah, they're alright. Now, these characters are quite annoying, actually.
Look, first impressions are a crazy thing. Just look at MBTL and
Oh my god.
Snipes!
that
Down
is
the hole.
wow. Because went for the redirect, they stayed in the air, but slide just barely didn't hit anyway, and then the spear hit the slide.
Yeah, that was like a perfect sequence events there for Kyo.
That
My
is
goodness, the
a-
pokes! The pokes!
Oh my god, unrelenting in this situation here. Jesus Christ.
That was actually just bullying at that point. She flipped higher than Izanami and just the wrath of God.
That's what I'm saying. 'Cause look at this. What?
No.
That was so aggro, and they love forcing decisions with their layer 1 style. They're
That-
so good at like.
At that point, I think Nano's gonna be like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna 6A for the rest of this match.
Hey, look at this already. Trying to play a bit more passively here. It's very difficult to. I feel like Nano's having a lot of difficulty in contesting in these situations.
Yeah, it's like we said before. Even though this is a 5-5, just that spear is just locking him down. He can't move. if he floats, he's in danger. He has to do the slide or some sort of movement option to get out. Unfortunate there.
You want to know
actually-
what's crazy?
Oh, what's up?
Oh, that was
Count the,
cheeky.
count the amount of times Nano's done bits in neutral.
I mean,
Aha!
that's the thing, though, right? Like in
You
this
said
match,
that. I'm glad you said that.
Like, really think about that. He has not popped active mode a single time because Kyo is committed to zoning or using the lunge follow-ups to catch, like, Nano in the air.
like it's so dangerous for Nano just to be in Exodus at anywhere on the screen except if Kyo's already being pressured. Because
The
like,
funniest part is the JD alone, even if Nano does the slide to avoid it, just by delaying the second D drive, that could just ruin his day.
Especially if done after, like, a super hit
Uh-oh.
or something. You're getting hit. I'm so sorry. This is your dying. This was cheeky and very cute, but this is resulting in Kyo's death. I'm gonna keep it a buck here.
yeah, like that combo was gonna do like 5-6k maybe if you got the 50 meter.
It was active flow. I could have.
Yeah, minimum. Oh, ankles.
Oh, speaking of big hits,
Meters.
I'm shocked that Kyo did not burst this big. Perhaps they feel
No,
confident.
they still have the advantage to it. I see a flip coming. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, but there's the burst coming.
Oh, back to JD.
Now for Nano, even if they don't pop Exodus, this is fine. With such a huge life lead, there's the rare bits here by the JC. With such a life lead, they can play far more passively. And look at this, the way that they're moving, trying to stay higher on the screen and forcing Kyo to come up with them.
Oh,
Nice
that's
catch.
JA though, and that's going to be a full conversion as well, and the corner.
X makes definitely kills from this situation here. Active flow as well, if to seal the deal and make it absolutely final.
I like that. Instead of fearing being in danger state, Nano did try to go in, but unfortunately Kyo-chan showing no fear and going right in.
Indeed. Oh my god, reversal super whiffs, but flip and
I'm
follow-up
actually
ends up whiffing
surprised
as
that
well.
whiffed.
That was really weird. Oh, I know why. Oh, that's...
Was it all the way in the corner? Was
Izanami reversal super moves are forward.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
the
it's
corner
56,
was free.
56, but
So Kyo just barely ended
Yeah.
up corner stealing in that situation, so it whiffed.
yeah, the
That is
small character
unfortunate.
privileges. Because I feel like if Izanami was just a bit taller, that would have hit her anyways.
Yeah, she
Massive
was a
horn on
taller
her head, but
character.
it don't count.
Yeah, it's not the Carl hat, it's not the Charlotta hat,
It's not
unfortunately.
Nine's hat. Nine gets it the worst.
I actually never realized that, funny enough.
Yeah, no, Nine is really tall.
Okay,
But
I'm
what-
gonna look at the hurt boxes again.
What kind of
That's a
witch
really good
wouldn't have her hat be a part of her though? For real.
I mean,
If I get
true.
failed because of my hat, I'm not playing the game no more.
You would not like Dragon Ball Season 2, huh?
For real.
Can you imagine? Jesus Christ. Alright, Lunge ends up connecting. Hey, you want to know a fun fact that makes Lunge really stupid, in my opinion? The A follow-up? So you know how, like, the tipper hitbox is on, like, the last couple of frames?
Yes.
The hitbox is bigger on the tipper. Hitbox
Oh, yeah.
literally expands on the last hit, too.
Yeah, but
We'll
she
have to jump
needs
out.
it, right?
To make it easier to hit the tipper frames, it expands on the last, like, 3 frames of the move.
We're
I
gonna
only
reward you for
noticed-
almost whiffing.
There's that drive follow-up that you were mentioning before. Again, even though the slide comes out in order to beat that out, because Kyo is just
Oh.
high enough in the air, the delay follow-up ends up still clipping Kyo. I start clipping Nano, rather. Sorry.
I like to see it out now. Is actually keeping his pressure way more tight because we saw Kyo
Yeah.
flip out of it earlier.
Yeah, no gaps whatsoever. Not even anything fancy, just, a nice block shot.
This doesn't kill, but I think that was the only way Nano could have really gotten a knockdown from that combo from that height.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he wanted to get some of the corner positioning. 20 seconds left on the clock. We haven't seen a timeout since the very first set of today, but oh no.
Oh, it's gonna drop. Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yeah, and it was a bit too late on the overdrive.
Yeah. Resource blown right there for Kyo. They're not going to have that available immediately going into the next round, but because it was an overdrive and not a burst, that's still 30%.
Oh no, kind of walked into that one. And to the corner you go.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty big punish. I would think that's like 56B. Has like a large amount of recovery.
Wow, kept it simple right there. Instead of going for any float mix, literally just landed with the JB with what I
Yeah.
think was safe jump timing despite the rib cage being up.
Ooh,
6B whiffs, but the bits end up covering it. This is sure to come up soon. Will Nano bait it? Nope.
Oh, blocked the tipper.
I like the decision from Nano to not even bother going for the burst bait in that situation. I mean, just look at the difference in health regardless.
Yeah, even
no
if-
reason to commit.
Even if Kyo hit the burst,
Oh.
it's not like it would have really mattered. Yeah, there it is. Just a little unfortunate timing with the Shield Dreams coming up. That's going to be it for game 2 or game 3.
We're already seeing a huge swing in momentum after what was a very dicey first couple of games. Looks like Nano has found their winning decisions. And these adjustments are proving extremely helpful in this extended set against Kyo here.
Yeah, just like Scrimgore said earlier, not really going for anything spectacular in terms of the mix-up, just keeping it nice and tight so that Kyo doesn't have the freedom of movement. Because just like Kyo trying to lock down Nano, Nano is also trying to lock down Kyo-chan.
Exactly. And it's in very different stages of the game, right? Moment Nano gets a hit, he wants to make sure that everything is clean. But Kyo's searches for hits are more often just in neutral. The interactions afterwards on offense are relatively standard, I would say. Nothing crazy here just because it happens when
Yeah.
kind of getting that hit in. But when Nano gets a hit, it's like all bets are off.
Oh,
Plus follow-ups. Been good thus far. So trying to play out some more of the neutral here. Forced to play it a bit slower just because of Nano's movement, trying to flip Nano for going for float or going for a switching an
oh, there's the slide.
Oh, I
And
think that might have been a punish there. Just barely missed it though.
Yeah, the follow-up ended up getting delayed. I don't blame Nano for playing that one out patiently, though. Hard to
Yeah.
tell when the spear is going to redirect.
Yeah, especially since you have full control over it, you can't even time it. It's purely up to the player when they press the button.
Yeah, you would need a something projectile invuln if you really wanted to go ham for it, and that is one thing that Izanami surprisingly lacks, given the many other tools in her kit.
I mean, you
Yeah,
could
true.
say her shield is projectile invul, right? Kinda.
That's a shield.
It's like a,
Oh,
okay,
goodness.
this is a combo.
And then this is also death. Yeah,
That
there
looks
we go.
so rude. It's like whiff, and then slam.
I know, right?
It's like a Tekken Bound or something.
It's like, let me show off these this string real quick before I round out.
My goodness. I do like Kyo-chan's change to just play more safe, not going in too much, and then charging some of the spears to get the unblockable effect.
Right, that really forces Nano to keep moving at a different pacing here. And even if Nano barriers in some cases, if he doesn't move properly, because the spear is unblockable on full charge, it's really great for piercing through.
Yeah. So Kyo-chan just basically just making him play a bullet hole right now. Side swap, wasn't ready for it. Nice
Yeah,
block on the overhead.
Bullet hell if the bullets actually actively chase you.
No, right? I mean, they both have a bunch of tracking moves here, right? You know, you got Orchid, we have the, I forget. what the
Oh,
other one-
negative warning. Gotta be very careful. Nice flip. But that is...
Wait, is that double?
Rarely see
negative
this.
one?
No, this is danger state from Nano from using the barrier, but this is negative penalty outright from Kyo.
Oh,
He
that's
gets-
Oh, he jumped. He
the double
jumped.
danger.
He jumped.
Is this gonna be... I have no idea how this round is going to end. I can't predict it at all. Burst coming out from Kyo here. This is really
Yep, just
dicey.
play it
Multiple
safe.
flip
Just play it safe.
doesn't connect. These guys are weaving around each other.
Oh no! Punishes the
I
dive.
follow up is punished here. This is gonna go straight to the corner. This is last chance
Oh,
for
no.
Nano here.
Yeah.
Blocks the CA, but too far.
Tries to flip out, but gets caught by the JB. Nano reaching for her.
He picked up the bit so well. Overdrive should be able to seal the deal, but too high up for the confirm.
All right, guys. I think we can say that round was pretty dangerous.
That
For both of them,
round
yes.
was-
Oh my god.
Oh,
my
my
God.
god. This is. We are in a.
Scream, please.
I was gonna try to find a fancy word, but I'm gonna stick with Scrimblies on this actually.
He kept it simple, and that's why I dislike the most. He kept it simple.
Oh my goodness, potentially the last round for Kyo here, but man, the way they're playing, they look unfazed.
Oh, danger state.
Great timing to go for the delay follow-up
Yeah.
there. Timed it
Huge.
just right when the barrier gauge ran
Oh,
out.
and then this time the spear whiff. It's
How
like
did that-
Wait, no, okay, no, you're not gonna tell me she slid and then she got up and her head isn't there.
Wait, Tipper beat follow-up? I've never seen that happen, like, ever.
Really?
Last potential hit, empty, jump low. My god!
Oh, I get it. My God.
I wish I was intending that, as Izanami's the god of death and mine.
This
Yeah.
is great.
This is nuts. Like, Jesus Christ. I don't know what else to say, guys. This is something else. Yes.
So I'm not gonna let Nami get away with sliding and then getting up and that whiffed. I'm gonna
know
need
what?
that in slow mo.
You are
Hey.
laser focused.
Isn't this what we call adaption? Last time Izanami got hit, right? But this time she dodged it, right? It's not like it's RNG or anything. No,
the
that
worst
couldn't
part
be.
is
Look, at this point,
she
this
dodged
looks
it while
like it's-
getting up.
Like it's a dynamic hurtbox or something. Like, I don't know. This
Nah, nah.
Look at the size of that horn on her head.
we need to we'll get a replay in sometime soon. If not in the stream, somebody's got to do a VOD review and point that out.
Yeah, we will be uploading the VODs and stuff to YouTube, so we can definitely check it out there at some point.
Okay, good. I don't whether that's on a stream with you guys or someone else. Like, please, I want to look at that hurtbox interaction.
So do I.
OD
Nice
ends up
conversion
getting
there with
popped.
the OD.
Good, looking good.
Oh,
Trying to catch out Kyo.
Kyo
Instead
managed to
of-
get out, but never mind, she actually didn't manage to get out.
I want
to
to talk about
punish
those
them.
interactions in a moment. Before we'll see kind of what happens
Oh.
immediately. That's an unfortunate drop here. So really
Nice
looking
tech.
hard for that counter assault, but Nano has like no barrier gauge. You might as well just full send it with a crush trigger.
Oh,
You did quick rise 6A.
It almost
Alright.
worked too. If he's
It
not
almost worked, yeah.
No, wait, that is a thing Nano does. And now I remember because I ran into him on ranked and he did that to me and it worked. I hate that. I'm sorry.
Nice
I
flip.
have to point that out. That's a thing that he
oh,
does.
that burst was aggressive.
Yeah, that is a
This
burst and not working out. Kyo at a huge advantage right now, and this could potentially be the last round because this is the final set regardless. Both players at 2-2 here.
This is loser
How
side
will
as
Kyo
well.
try and do it?
Insane to think that either of these players could be gone for the rest of this top 8 simply off of this set alone.
Oh, gets
For
the tip with
hitbox.
lovely conversion. Delays
Nice.
the instant air dash. The burst, while only on 5 at the moment from Nano, this is very dangerous because Kyo about to get hers. She might not even need it.
I want to say again, that last burst over there has determined the pace of this round so heavily here.
That's
And
it.
The throw, this should be it.
did he even need it? That was quite clean for the final round.
Yeah, that burst at the end of that last round was actually game sealing. Nano didn't get it
Yeah.
back until he was already dead.
Yeah, it's really rough. I also want to say, I want to shout out Kyo a little bit for that confirm at the end there. Really good awareness of the resources that both they and Nano had to opt for the simple crush trigger flip super to just prevent any chance of a burst happening.
Yeah,
Succeeding.
definitely.
I just want to say that was really good. I wanna bit of a maybe current year kind of moment here, but the way that both players play out through Danger State is a little reminiscent of in Street Fighter 6 when characters are burnt out. No, just from the way in which the ways in which they lack their resources or a lot of defensive options, and as a result, they have to play far more aggressively instead to compensate for that.
Yes.
I just find it kind of like as a funny thing there.
Well, you know what they say, sometimes the best defense is good offense, right?
That is true.
When he ain't got defense, it's all offense too.
So up now
Yeah.
we have Beta Dude versus Don, and my goodness, this is just gonna be interesting actually.
Yeah, given especially the neutral heavy set that Beta Dude had prior with Monarch, I'm very curious to see how he'll adapt for Relius Clover, who doesn't have maybe necessarily the same type of neutral presence as S, but the
Oh.
safe pressure strings are very important to the character's identity.
2C counter hit.
But you know, actually, earlier when we saw Don play against Fazama, that was definitely like a player matchup thing for sure. But I also know that Don, not necessarily against Beta Dude, but has a lot of Ragna experience because one of his good friends plays a very solid Ragna. So he knows the character.
Yeah, he's definitely labbed out a lot about this character. He knows a lot when dealing with this character. But Beta Dude definitely a different type of demon when it comes to this character, as we can see.
Yeah, see, like if that
Yeah.
were me, and that were my Ragna, there's no way I could have killed off there. I don't know the routes, but that was definitely
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And I do want to say, yeah, the one thing that's always tough about fighting Ragna, everybody plays this character kind of different.
Yeah.
So you get very good at handling the tools, and if you can differentiate the tools from the player, you're at a very good spot. Some players just do things that feel weird compared to, oh, they're okay. That is a nutty air throw.
Yeah, I just grabbed him right out of the Bellafino there, so Ignis didn't get a chance to come out. If it was a little later, though, I think Ragnar would have been punished there. And there's the
Classic.
double overhead Beta classic.
You never know when it's gonna come.
Jesus, going for the 3C looked like it was a
Oh.
say it ain't so. Wait, you
Double
could have just done a
burst it.
super and killed earlier.
It's about
Well-
it's about sending a message.
It was like
Yes,
he
yes.
rapided the Blood Scythe just to bait the burst there, and then after that, I don't think he had enough time to go to the super. Maybe, actually, no, he could have 2-2 seed the super, yeah, that would have been death.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably would have. I think so. I don't know. Either
Guess
way, I
it-
mean, he got the win. That was kind of funny.
Well, because if he could for any other hit, Dawn would have bursted. So he went for 3C, which is jump cancelable, and it's fine. But yeah, I do think Blood Scythe into 2-2C works, and that it would be unburstable.
Yeah, I
But
think
the two
so.
burst spates there, that was efficient. I ain't gonna lie.
I really do want to say the way that Beta Dude is structuring his offense has been extremely potent against Dawn. Some of these staggers, the throw timings as well. Dawn has had a very hard time just JP cross up.
He's just not letting him play Relius. He summoned the doll, but we haven't.
There's again,
Oh my god.
Wait,
and you know-
deja vu, but just in another corner.
if you're not
Beta Dude
playing
is cracking this
Relius,
man's open
then
fast.
who are you playing, right?
I suppose. Oh,
He's
you just went for delay throw?
He's making him fair, even using his own defensive options. Like, I don't want to get baited, and he's like, "Well, that's cool. I'm just gonna grab you."
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Beta Dude cycle through. Well, it's insane to think about the way Beta Dude was cycling his offensive options against Monarch versus the way that he cycles his offensive options against Dawn.
The reason
just
why he
super-
felt so confident going for that grab there is because he sees that Dawn's actually kind of paralyzed with fear at these points.
Yeah,
Really good matchup knowledge right there. If you IB the second hit of 2 and 4C, you can DP afterwards.
There's the counter. So he did it early this time. He's like, "Okay, I'm just gonna get it out there. I'm gonna throw it out there because I'm being too patient." And now he's gonna go in, forces the burst out of Beta Dude. He wants the momentum, the 2Cs there.
That did not need to be a burst. That wasn't going to be a full confirm from Beta Dude, really. Even if it was, I don't know about the damage here.
Well, if that
That-
2C connected, it would have been a full confirm, but I'm not
Nice
actually sure.
blocks, nice tech.
Yeah, probably after the 2C here. There's a
The
60 pressure again.
He's just making him think, and baits
my-
out the 2C.
That was devious. That was devious. You're
But-
you're cool for that one. That was
The thing is, he's already seen, like, we've seen how Don has played thus far, and he's very comfortable throwing that out. Because you know how a lot of people will say, like, if a button is not amazing, you don't want to throw it out too much. Don, not afraid to throw it out, and he's used it many times. So Beta Dude definitely taking a chance that, like, I'm just going to try and do a little jump in. I'm going to see what you press. And he went for it.
what I think is insane is the spacing it requires to land undershoot just outside of 2C's range. Like I need everybody watching to understand just how close that was to 2C connecting and Don being able to just jump cancel out. Because
That was
that
almost a
microspacing
good
just
fight.
yeah, like that just changes the entire changes that interaction completely.
He did it there again with the spacing to not get hit by the doll to immediately go for a dash 5B. He's sitting on the absolute edge of the hitbox to make sure that he can take his opponent by surprise.
Yeah.
And Beta just being so aggressive right now, spending the mirror just to get that corner, just really wants to hammer home his massive pressure advantage here. Forcing Dawn to burn everything here, it's still getting hit.
Look at this. This play is so much more aggressive for Tech JC, all of these other options here. Still enough patience in order to get by the neutral against Relius here. But just the way
Yep.
that Beta Dude aggresses and pushes forward into Dawn's space is so masterful.
He's also not letting Ignis play. It was only because of that whiff that he was able to get something going.
Yeah.
And he
think-
reset neutral against Beta Dude, who trying to bait out the counter assault.
And it's
That's
safe
gonna
right
be
here under
it.
pressure.
Doesn't need it.
Into
the sky.
divider, it's even like the small optimizations like that. That was D divider, rabbit to C divider, because you already did the air D divider, so it would have actually been less damage if you did it again. So like again,
Yeah.
just even the small stuff that don't really matter, we see optimization.
I think really oh goodness, he just landed
Nice.
straight up then went for it. I wonder if he wanted to alter the timing by doing grounded gauntlet or if that was a mistiming by him. Either way, again, we haven't even talked about it yet, but Dawn is extremely liberal with his doll usage, right? But this results in a lot of situations where if Beta Dude mashes at a good timing, Dawn is so low on the Ignis gauge. We saw it in that interaction just now, which has led to this situation here. Enough meter for a reversal super, but the throw. Beta Dude has been smelling blood in the water this entire set, and by God, he's feasting. I won't lie.
Yes, he is. Just
Don cannot afford to be hit one more time, and Beta Dude here with everything pretty much on the table.
oh,
OD soon to be available. On looking a
Run
little
out of
flustered and
grab.
neutral here.
Full
But
screen
this
duo
is not going
bias.
to work out super well. Beta Dude just backs off, lets Dawn take the space.
But technically, it did let Don win neutral for free. But now he unfortunately finds himself
Well,
in the corner, and
I
that
wouldn't
should be it.
quite say win neutral for free. The puppet was behind him. It was like he burnt meter just to have a normal interaction with his opponent. So he didn't really get anything. I mean, you could say he forced him to the corner, but that was just Beta saying, if you try anything to get me locked down, I'm going to press a button. And that's
That's
exactly
the
what happened.
That's
Oh,
true, but
yo.
when I say that, I meant like he forced him to block and he exited neutral through that. Like maybe he wasn't in the best position, and I can see what he was going for. It just didn't work out in hindsight.
Yeah.
I wanna touch on that in a moment. I just want to highlight that was a fast 3-0. We have not seen a 3-0 at all today, and that was
That's the
I
first
felt
one,
like a
isn't
2
it?
out of 3 set. No offense meant to any players. Jesus Christ.
We didn't quite get to break it down. It was
It's just over.
yeah, that was extremely fast. Beta Dude definitely did that in a very like
Dominant fashion.
yeah, it was he really preyed on the defensive options that were available for Don and just made it really hard for him to get anything started. And when he did try to get something started, he was able to block enough to just get away. He just wasn't really able to get started, honestly.
Yeah. One thing I really want to highlight again is the offense from Beta Dude. I think one thing that we've said it a few times in the 2 sets that Beta Dude has been in, but I want to talk about the 6D RPS. I'm not a Ragnar main, so I will talk about the things that I do understand, but typically the 6D RPS is that after 6D on block, Ragnar can opt for JD, which will hit overhead, and then still be plus, and then go for a microdash normal, or he can whiff cancel the JD and then opt for 2B, in which case after the 60 he's still plus, right? One option that's pretty particularly effective against the 6D is using instant barrier. The reason being that you force Ragnar out such that the JD can potentially whiff, and most importantly, he has to dash up deeper in order for the 2B to connect. You give yourself a bit more room to fuzzy jump out of there. I really do feel that. I'm not sure of the other answers there, in particular with that situation, but I just want to stress that a lot of Beta Dude's offensive success has been predicated on putting people through that RPS and forcing them to make a decision. We saw it with Beta Dude against Monarch, in which he decided to play out that RPS sequence much more patiently. And we've seen it now against Dawn, whereas he decided to opt for more mix-up options with the JD into Gauntlet Hades here. I just find that the offensive choices to be very interesting against 2 very different players.
Yeah.
So the neutral is crazy different.
Yeah.
It feels very interesting to see that even in a lot of aspects how dominant Beta Dude was, as opposed to the Monarch set where a lot of the neutral was just kind of like chilling at full screen. Neutral in this case was a lot more of Beta Dude aggressing or trying to play the mid-range and effectively bait out and punish a lot of Dawn's usage of Ignis and several normals. Man, I could talk about it at length, but it's really cool. It's super sick.
I believe the players are asking if they're ready, if they're good to go.
Oh yeah, we were just talking about stuff from the previous round, just waiting for the players to start. Definitely, they can start whenever they're ready to go.
Oh please, please start the game while I talk. I can rant for too long. I can rant for
Yeah,
too long.
we're
I can talk
just
about
yeah,
this
we
game
just
too much.
we adapt to what we have on the screen. Like you guys can just keep going. We'll just we'll go at the player's pace. That's
Yeah,
if-
we
yeah.
If you guys want to start now, we can gladly go over the last match. It was definitely a match, or even some of the previous matches. Or, you know, if you're ready to go now, we're ready to transition. So it means to be a commentator. So whenever you guys are ready.
Mhm.
But yeah, we do have Ice School versus Monarch, though. We're back to our winner's side, and this is winner's finals, I believe.
Oh wow. These two are interesting. Oh yeah, the hashtag midbest. Both of these players are indeed from Illinois, if I recall
Mhm.
correctly. Both of them around the Midwest area. Actually, no, sorry. Ice School is Indiana. I'm wrong.
hmm
But both players in the Midwest area. Ice School really does like to rep for the kind of region stuff going on there, and I will say that Midwest is very strong in a American Blaze Blue.
Please select your character.
Being said, I'm so curious about these two players. These guys have fought plenty of times, both online and offline. It feels like, to me, Ice School beating Monarch would be not necessarily a breakout because he's hit several top 8s since he started playing. But it would kind of be a how do I phrase it?
A milestone of some
It
sort.
would be a milestone, yeah. If you would say that he's out of if I don't know whether I would say if he's out of plateau or not, but it would certainly break the ceiling of where he's at before, kind of getting that win over Monarch.
Yeah, that makes sense because like I think there's a lot of players that we know that you would always see them in like top 16, top 8, and it's we always say, oh yeah, we're gonna see them eventually. But sometimes when you see certain players in particular, it's like, you know what? I know both of you are killers, but I would definitely like to see you fight this person and
Yeah.
succeed.
It's just funny, though, because I feel like with this top 8 that we had, I could see all 8 of these players being like literally top 1 in most tournaments. So
Yeah. So it's always interesting to see how they pair up against each other because they can all make it. It just, we'll see what happens. 5D round start against Susan.
that is
You
risky.
really do not believe in the 5B, huh?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure 5B just outright stuffs 5D there, but Monarch just
Yes,
showing,
it does.
the absolute confidence there.
I mean, he said mid best and he pressed 5D, so he knows. That's all I can say. That's all I can say.
Midwest knows best.
The Midwest knows best. He pressed 5D. That's a mid. It happens.
Oh my
That's the mix.
goodness.
And look what happened. All of this happened from mid best.
Oh, if
5D's a very
pops
good
OD,
starter
he's
as
dead.
well.
This isn't death, but yeah, death is coming very soon, depending. Oh, there it is. You don't actually see TK Crescent from Lambda too often, but it's just another overhead she has whenever she needs it.
All of that because of a mid.
All of that because of the mid. Yeah. Dang. I mean, it was a mid, then a TRM, then a crush, then something else, then a crush trigger, and an instant overhead. That is certainly trying to play bingo with your can openers.
Monarch going with the classic. How do they say when someone first told you how do you fight against Susan? Don't let him get any seals. Yeah, that must be really easy, huh? It's very hard. And then Monarch's like, oh no, I can show you.
What if I
Hey.
just was like, dude, you just gotta like hit him and do better. Like it's so
I mean,
simple.
like the classic. How do I get better at fighting games? Oh, just don't let your opponent hit you and hit them. There
Yeah,
you go.
just
This-
don't get hit.
yeah, this
Like,
is
oh, I
exactly
see.
it.
You know what's actually
Monarch
really funny?
failing the plan. He got a seal.
Egads.
He got a seal. Disappointed. This is
The game was won, but at what cost? You know, he really could have done a lot better there. Like, I don't know.
The guide was a lie. It was a lie. All them guys were wrong.
I mean, I can't help but think of the. You remember when Black Panther first dropped and everyone was like posting the like, "You all lied to me." Just think of that.
Yeah, pretty much. It's grim.
Think of that. The movie's like kind of old now, actually.
Oh, wait, now you're making me feel even older.
The movie's like 4 years old now. It's
Yeah.
like 4. Yeah, it's like 4 years old now.
Oh,
Yeah,
not letting him
medium
get
burst
started.
Monarch. I still could have definitely gotten the logger confirmed there because he had Sandkick in the corner, so Monarch doesn't want any of that. In fact, we're going to the other corner now.
Oh no. That was definitely a burst for momentum just to stop him from getting a very good seal. But he still has 50 meters. He's about to get his overdrive back as well. Nice blocks. fighting his way out of the corner. Nice JC. Gets hit by the 2-2D.
Really like the usage of 2-2D here.
Oh, no
2-2
fear.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
just
little rough
impressive.
because Monarch actually whiffed 2B, and 2B on whiff from Lambda is pretty alright. In fact, I think it's one of her better moves, so...
Yeah. You
Oh,
want to
interesting.
whiff that button. Yeah. I think that goes for
Really
most of the Miracle. We're not doing this again.
Look, okay, look. There's no throw. He's backed off. Ice School gets let out of the corner.
Nice. What
Protects
kind
the
of
air
guilty
throw.
gear throw was that?
Jesus, did you see that pickup from the JD there?
That was amazing.
I know, right?
Nice tag.
Normally you see people like rise up to go for the air throw there in that situation, but falling and landing is something else.
Okay, Ice School Tekken IBs.
There
Gets
is the
over by the
overhead.
overhead. He's about to get his burst back. Burst him into the
Yeah.
corner. This is a good position for Ice School to be. That was a deep run in.
And definitely
My goodness.
just running into them
He's
is
looking-
part of the mix-up for sure. Oh, there you go. I still get a chance to run his game plan, getting lightning hands.
This is a very good start for him. He's got Grand Viper. This is how it all begins. 1-2 gets DP.
It's a little big mountain to climb here. Monarch almost has overdrive
Counter
available. Gets
hit.
caught. Right. He ends up connecting.
Oh,
Low
the ankles.
Broken as Monarch skids across the screen to take away game 2 from Ice School's hands.
Yeah, and it's the thing is, Ice School trying his best to fight his way out of the corner. I being to try and get just the right amount of meter as well, but just unable to truly get out.
I mean,
The thing is,
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, Susanoo is a solid character neutral against most of the cast. So against Lambda in the corner without any option on the table whatsoever, like he doesn't really get out most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, he was doing a very good job to actually make some way out, but just Monarch retreated back to neutral and just was able to put him back where he wanted him.
yeah, and I want to highlight that Monarch retreating is one of the most annoying people to hit. He does such a good job of mixing between certain options as he backs off. Murakumo JC is still a pretty useful normal there, but in addition to that, he likes using 2-2D
Oh,
as
no.
well as IAD back JD in order to punish people for trying to run up
Yeah.
when he backs off. Oh, same side in that situation, but it's the 2
Good
yeah.
ends, yeah. He
Ice
does
School
have
again.
Grand Viper though, so if he does get a hit, he can definitely get something started.
big question is, will he?
This is the position we've been seeing him
There
in a
we
lot.
go.
But there, yeah, the JB, it's been doing work.
And he's
Geesh,
got
as
level
if
2
on
will.
cue.
Now he just needs to contain
How's he
him.
jumped off an IB'd 5A?
My goodness.
Okay. He just staggered.
Oh my god, that
Oh.
almost connected.
The funny
Gotta
part
take
is,
the counter.
I still can actually kill Monarch next combo depending on the starter here.
Oh my god,
The
you're just staring at each other.
patience.
Yomi. Okay, we're back off
No
into the
grab,
here.
no mash, just let's just back off.
There it is again. In a lot of those situations, again, Monarch retreats, but always leaves it. Well, you often leaves a hitbox behind him as he goes to discourage people from approaching, so he can retreat back into 3/4 screen or even full screen, depending on the situation here.
Yeah, he just wants to make sure that you don't think he's just retreating without reason. Like he's
And-
still attacking you.
We also saw once again Monarch's patented defense with the pseudo fuzzy with a 60-60 block in that and just punishing Ice School there.
Okay, this is a very good start for Ice School.
Good JAs here. He has wheel
Oh.
unlock. Most importantly of all, though, he has sword actually. So even if he gets sent back into full screen here, he has got such a good tool for blowing up some of these projectiles.
Definitely. One bad drive could lead to a Soul Super. Or 1-5B.
Sometimes that's all you need. There, immediate burst from Monarch, again, not letting Ice School play the game. That's what you have to do against the character. Especially if you can get away with just
Oh.
bullying him in neutral like this.
Tried to run it all the way out, but got caught by the 5D due to gravity. Backing away, putting out the gravity, playing it safe, playing like new right now, and goes right in, reminding them that they are playing Lambda. Oh, no.
I wonder if they had some influence from that. There was a period of time. Hold on a second, actually. First things first. This could very well be the set here based on these last couple of interactions. Good blocks, fuzzy off of that, but not quite connecting the full string. Ice School's getting a couple hits, but this could very well just be a timeout unless Monarch decides to say
Very
he'll
good
end it
Abare.
here.
That was interesting.
A lot of weaknesses people say Susanoo has when you play him online versus offline. It's like he's so much more reactable, but yeah, as we can see here, like even if you can just block everything, Susanoo just can't do anything. If you can't open up his opponent, what's he gonna do? And
Hmm.
that was like, another 3-0 actually.
Yeah.
Is it-
I want
yeah.
to touch a little bit on what you said about Susanoo. I think when he's unable to get somebody mixed up, one thing that he's very good at the very least, is targeting a lot of fuzzy jumps because he's got Super Plus 5A that hits crouchers. He's got 5B. A couple of his other buttons are pretty obnoxious when you try to fuzzy jump against them, like 6B for example. Word advancing, you're stuck in block stun for a bajillion years. There were so many situations in which Monarch, I don't know what it was, but he just found a way to just escape, leave. There was a backdash or a fuzzy jump. A lot of situations. And that only added to a lot of Ice Cool's troubles there. I'll
Yeah,
say.
definitely. He almost made it look a bit too easy about how he would just escape. There were times when Ice Cool would get him to block, and he was doing like a few 2As, 5As to check him, but it just felt like he just fuzzied out and just got away. He wasn't even able to, flex the 2C that much in that matchup as well. He just wasn't capable of reacting to the few times when he was able to fuzzy jump away from him at that point.
Yeah, I feel like the only time Ice Cool actually really managed to open up Monarch there was either in neutral just from snagging a hit, or he spent 50 meter on the fuzzy, and even then he couldn't get the full conversion because of the distance.
Yeah. Okay, looks like up next we're going to have...
Wait,
Beta Dude and Kyo, I believe, for loser semis, yes.
Yeah,
Uh,
Kyo-chan said be right back, so we're gonna have probably a tiny break, probably.
To be honest, I could use the break. This has been a little insane.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I just
we
realized,
like. Mhm.
Tweeta, have you never been in the room this whole time?
Oh yeah, so no. I was in the room earlier. On top of TLDR, on top of Discord crashing, Blaze Blue ended up crashing.
Oh my god.
So we do have the Discord stream set up. Look, we had a slow start, but as you guys can definitely see, we have very much so been picking up the pace throughout the rest of this evening today. Man, I gotta ask, what have been your guys' favorite sets so far?
Ooh. That's a good one.
I feel like every set has definitely been like, you obviously like one for the history books in some way or another, but if you had to force me to pick one, I gotta go with the which one was it? Beta Dude versus Monarch, the very first one we saw today. That was a really good set.
We really did start off strong on that one.
Yeah.
Zach, what would you say is your favorite if you had to pick?
My goodness.
I know, I'm putting you on the spot a little bit.
I'm probably gonna go with Kyo versus Nano because of how much there was to unpack in that match. It was so much to take in, just from the neutral standpoint.
Yeah, I might be aligned a bit more in that direction. I feel like you could write an essay on the neutral and then an essay on all the very silly things that happened as well.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack, and I'm interested to definitely rewatch the replays to see like what was going on, and I would love to ask them questions on like what was going through their head at the time when they were playing, the neutral as well.
And Scrim, as we start off with this set here, do you know the YouTube channel that we'll be catching these VODs on?
Yes, we do have an official FFF YouTube channel that will most likely be uploaded on this, as well as the pools from yesterday will be there.
Nice.
Awesome, so be sure to check that out, because I will say I definitely would want to look on these sets for quite a while. It's been pretty nuts thus far.
Definitely.
Oh, that was
The
an
flip.
amazing flip. But actually though, I have heard that Mize actually really have some trouble with Ragnas. This is what I've heard,
Yes.
and this is definitely one of the Ragnas to be watching out for, so we'll see how this matchup actually goes.
Yeah, for sure. The common thread has just generally been, from chatting with a couple of players and watching a couple of sets, that characters with a lot of neutral presence at the mid range can really give Mai a hard time.
Mhm.
If you think about it, like a lot of her only like grounded like buttons that really hit solidly at a mid range immediately is stuff like 5C, for example.
Yeah.
Even then, you know, Ragna's neutral and his movement really can make it tough for Mai to kind of get around these areas. It's a bit surprising when you think about the other characters that Mai can kind of like clear through.
Yeah, sure. I mean, one thing when it comes to Ragnar in general, there's so much that you can say when it comes to the neutral, but 5B will always be a huge threat against probably the entire cast.
Yeah. For how many years have we had that Jesus kick? Probably too many.
Exactly, and it's still the one thing that's still very dangerous to deal with. Nice
Has-
JC there.
Has 5B ever really been changed over the course of BlazBlue?
That's a really
I-
good question.
I think it's always been the same. I'm not gonna lie. Since
I-
CT.
Because Ragnar's normals have gotten changed a lot. He used to have like no Gatlings as well as a lot of other stuff. This character
Hey.
somehow functioned.
His
And then,
strings
like,
and his gatlings have changed, but I think if we're talking about 5B alone, I think it's remained the same since Calamity Trigger.
Yeah, because I can think of pretty much every one of Ragnar's moves, except for maybe 5A and 2A, that have changed. But 5B, I can't think of anything that's changed about it over the years.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, that's
oh,
it's a
nice
neat
whiff
thing
into
to
grab
think
there.
if flow
Forcing the
available,
burst
no
out of Kyo.
overdrive.
That was a good time to burst as well, because if she had burst on the 5C coming after, that would have been
Oh.
burst fadeable. But the Gauntlet Hades in neutral.
That felt a bit reminiscent to how Monarch plays. Like, I'm gonna instant air dash back, I'm retreating, but I'm gonna hurt you. At the
Yeah,
same
it's-
time, so I'm going back, but I'm coming forward.
It's interesting to me too because normally Ragnar's will do that by just doing jump back JC or instant air dash back JC, but Gauntlet Hades is a very surprising option there.
No, I mean, it's definitely something. I mean, the momentum completely shifts.
Yeah, I've seen some Ragnars be very cheeky about like IAD back into Air Blood Scythe or something. It does definitely catch you, but Gauntlet Hades is definitely an option as well.
Yeah, it's a complete like U-turn. He changed the momentum completely. The JC's more reminiscent for like Jin. Oh, delays the instant air dash, opens Beta Dude up. This is a very good start for Kyo-chan.
Already, Beta Dude's at about 35% here. Gonna be a bit tough. Burst comes out. That is not gonna make it easy for Beta Dude to mount a comeback, but we have certainly seen him over the years do pretty miraculous things on this character.
Definitely.
5B once again showing us why it's the Jesus kick, and now it's evening up the life total here.
The hood classic.
Lifesteal is making it a lot easier for Beta Dude to work with this as well. Active flow and a lot of OD timer. 2D connects, but no follow-up. DPRC. B ends up being the connecting hit there.
Rebel 2, action.
Dashed right into the punch.
Dash right into the 5A. That's going to be a full conversion as well. And the DP, Ryan DP, definitely being a DP of all time, hitting slightly behind him there.
5B catching the landing from Kyo here. Looks for the safe
Oh,
jump.
6B.
6B. Alright, looking good thus far. Not
That's
for the
good.
safe jump.
It's good awareness on the corner, but just drop the ender. That lets Kill get out here.
Nice conversion there.
That rather
Tries to go for the cheeky 2C underneath. The cross on the 2C to catch anyone that techs incorrectly. Or unexpectedly, I
goes
should
for
say.
delay tech here. I am surprised that Kyo opted to RC there. I'm not sure why. I think they would have gotten the shock
Oh.
plus frames.
Got rid of 50 meter there.
Yeah, I decided, hey, I will spend it just for you. I am so sad
Oh.
to tell you that none of this has worked out as expected.
Oh my
This is all-
goodness.
Every time I think something's not going to work, it doesn't work. And then the next thing also doesn't work when I think it might. And I don't even know what's happening, but we're going on to round 3.
Yeah, like I saw the dive whiff and I was like, oh, okay, like the Nightmare Edge in order to punish it. Like, that's pretty smart. And then it whiffed and I was like, oh. Then the punish to that
Oh.
punish whiff and I was like, oh, wow.
Also, 5B being a mid as well is probably one of the most hellish things for mice. That completely locks out any type of backdash.
I really like the 2C immediately into 5D Gatling, because 2C usually Ragnar special reset as his only plus standing move. But, you know, like, he went going straight to Gatling into 5D, allowed just to catch Kyo trying to expect the pressure reset. Even though he didn't get too much off of it.
wouldn't describe the movement here as shaky, but these guys are certainly scrapping right now. Just feels like it's tough for either player to find themselves in a comfortable location.
Yeah, because I think with the backflips as well and the air movement, they're both kind of like almost whiffing or missing each other sometimes to a point where they're hitting like the area behind them.
Yeah, he's gonna have to burst here, and Kyo could not have burst in that position, so it's fine. But the JC taking a page from S's book there.
Oh, yep, the new characters, of course.
Well, it is, man. Crazy JCs out here.
Yup.
Yeah, you think about the movement again, with both of them just barely whiffing each other. It reminds me of some sequences between Ano and Kyo. But in that set, obviously we saw a lot more of the JDs come out just to lock down Izanami. Here, there's a little bit more restraint on the drive from Kyo. Instead, it's more trying to jockey around position with 2C or use JC aggressively to scavenge for those hits.
Yeah. There's less of a threat of Wagner from full screen, so there's no real reason to poke at him, especially when he has Carnage Scissors there as well. Whereas Nami doesn't really have anything to really spook you out, so the slide is there, but you can always just JD again to negate that situation from happening.
For sure. Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
And 2 IVs into Inferno Divider, a classic for sure.
Where Hitbox connects with Beta Dude's barrier here. AC ends up landing for Kyo. Oh my... Did
He
that
crossed up there?
I think he crossed
up.
himself up. No, I think it was either that or the barrier gauge went out.
Either he might have let go of barrier or it crossed up, because there are many cases where if someone tries to jump over because that move is 2-3-6, she goes forward slightly, so you sometimes jump over her and you get hit by the cross up.
Yeah, but he blocked the first hit is the thing though. So
Which means he let go of the barrier too
Yeah.
early.
I couldn't. I don't know if there. I would have to look again to see if there was the blue exclamation point. I thought I saw it, but there was a lot of effects on that.
Yeah, it's definitely either or. Either he let go after the first barrier, or he crossed himself up. It's usually those two when it comes to my super.
I just asked because I didn't actually see the exclamation mark myself, so I was assuming it was a cross up, but he did block the first hit, which is the weird part.
Look, I'm willing to believe my eyes were lying to me. I wear glasses for a reason.
That's fair. I'd like to think my eyes aren't lying to me because I got laser eye surgery, but I guess you never know.
Okay,
I need you to know again. Because it's you, it's a genuine comment. Almost anybody else, that's like a side-eye comment.
I'm sitting here with my glasses. I'm like, he didn't just say that.
It's just like, well, I got laser eye surgery. That sucks for you. But it's just like, oh, I got this.
Hey man, I know all about having bad eyes. That's exactly why I got it. Come on.
Understandable.
If you can do it, do it. It's just really funny.
And Beta do taking that during that exchange.
Right, there's a whole set.
Oh man, that was great.
Jesus Christ. All right. What, 2-1 right now for Beta Dude?
Yeah,
I believe it's 2-1. Yes, it's 2-1. Losers semis, this determines who gets to have the pleasure of fighting Ice School. Losers finals.
This is a chance for Kyo to get a run back. And I also do remember last time I believe I saw Ice School fight Beta Dude. Ice School actually kind of swept Beta Dude, so there's going to be a chance for run back for them as well. We'll have to see who gets the opportunity.
Nice for
Oh, smart option there. We talked about the 60 RPS before, but that being a character-specific option, the flip, is really effective against the 2B afterwards because it's frame 1 foot invuln. Really smart usage from Kyo there.
Oh, early burst there.
Oh my. Okay, now we're just doing actions. This is actions.
We're just
You know
moving.
everyone's tilted when they get hit by the 6DD Gauntlet Hades.
For sure. That's a really good conversion for Beta Dude. Not a lot of Ragnars can necessarily hit the delay Gauntlet Hades follow-up off of the air conversions like that.
Yeah, it's an extreme delay after that.
Maybe one more hit for Beta Dude and that's it. Those got a lot of meter to play with, but EPRC 2B. Taking a page out of Monarch's book, huh?
And now
And
Beta
doing
Dude is
the
actually
D2.
he's on set point here, and also up a burst. It's looking pretty good for Beta Dude right now.
Yeah, using the DP to enter the 2B string to completely take away the flip potential. Nice conversion there.
Big punish. Nice chase right there from Beta Dude. A lot of these flips from Kyo have been very aggressive. I'm wondering if... I think Beta Dude is trying to stagger some of his strings to catch it, but something about the timing is not working out. That was very close to disaster.
Because despite Baited, oh no! Speaking of disaster,
That's a lot of damage, especially on Raga.
A lot more than 4K. Jesus! Kyo surprisingly backs off. Must have really heavily been expecting a DP to come out.
Okay, saving the burst. Doesn't want to use that yet. Going to the potentially the last game. Playing it safe. Almost overextended there.
this time not
IBs.
quite in range for the 5D, and this time we do see that whiff throw was not plus getting
Yeah,
the 2A
rare footage
bonus.
of whiff throw being minus some.
I want to highlight the IBs that Kyo is doing. We'll talk about it a little bit later. Right now, Beta Dude really wants to seal this up. Any solid hit, especially with OD, will get it done. 6B is the one that'll connect here. Surely he goes 5B, 5D into... Oh.
Yeah, he wanted, but I think he had to do a slightly different, a bit of a delay there for the 5D to connect. Not quite
Much
over
feeling
yet,
for the
but now it's
confirm.
over.
My God.
Astral, please, Astral, end it.
He got the Astral.
It's
Beta
funny because the
Dude.
last person to get the Astral was Kyo-chan.
Yeah, we're doing the
Yes.
Astral.
Hey, dude.
Live by the sword, die by the sword, I suppose, huh?
Indeed.
Man. Very awesome showing from both players there. I would say that if I'm Kyo, if I'm going out there, obviously as a competitor, you will always want to keep playing more and more, but I can't say that it was a bad showing from them whatsoever.
Oh yeah, definitely.
One thing that I just started to notice, I'm surprised I didn't notice it sooner, is the IBs from Kyo, actually.
hmm
One thing that I find particularly funny is that, okay. So, I gotta get a little nerdy here, if you guys don't mind.
Of course, I don't mind. That is.
So, you know how in BlazBlue, when you're in block stun, you're in, like, absolute guard or whatever it's called, where, like, you can only block, even if you hold
Yeah.
2, like, you'll technically still block lows.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It just occurred to me, I'm wondering if Kyo is opting for putting a lot of 2-1, 2-1 in order to get flip on gaps and then IB lows, IB mids and lows still. I was noticing throughout the last game especially that there were a lot of situations where before a flip occurred, seeing Kyo get like 5 IBs in a row. Which makes me doubly...
Yeah, potential.
Yeah, and it makes me a little doubly like. I'm assuming it was only 2-1 because Kill wasn't suddenly stand blocking getting clipped by like 40 billion 2Bs.
Mhm.
I'm just wondering if that was fueling some of the staggers from Beta Dude, because you can opt for a few staggers to catch certain IB timings there.
Yes.
But it's just funny that flip is still really powerful. So even then, the 5B staggers, for example, were getting flipped through. I'm
I
just
think
very.
that's why he
I'm
went for the DP rapid cancel into a very early 2B. Because remember, since 2B is a low, backflip should be easier to perform. But because of the block string that got put there, the DP into the immediate 2B actually gave off a counter hit. So that was an attempt to do a flip.
Yeah, just something weird. I just happened to catch there. Something maybe to investigate a bit further. I would love to talk to maybe Kyo at some point to just kind of ask on that, because I could just be completely wrong. You just could be like, I was smashing flip or something like that, right?
I mean,
That's just how it goes.
these are really strong plays, each and every one of them. So I would say it could be intentional, but it's also I know how Kyo plays, so it could
Well,
also be matching flips. So I don't know. It could
I talk
literally
to too
be
many
either way.
people that are good at pushing buttons. These guys all just do stuff sometimes too.
That's
Yeah,
true.
true.
Sometimes the best course decision is just to not think and just do it.
Just do the
Yeah.
thing. I
You don't-
say this mostly from like, sometimes you play against a strong player, you're like, hey, like, I just wonder what was going on here and here, and they're like, oh, I just did it. You're like,
Okay, let's see. So Beta Dude cycling through his pressure. Nice IBs on the 2As to get a lot of. He pushed Beta Dude back so far.
Yeah, because of these IBBs pushing Ragnar completely out. You gotta know how to do that, especially as Ragnar versus Susanoo, because Susanoo can't really contend with Ragnar pressure otherwise.
Yeah,
You
it's
see
true.
these nutty like attempts at whiff punishes by Ice School here? That is crazy. He is repeatedly using a lot of barrier, so when Beta Dude's trying to end strings with 2C, he gets pushed out a little farther, and thus Ice School attempts to use his 5B to whiff punish there. But because Beta Dude is still a little farther out, he walks back slightly and then either makes the 5B whiff entirely or whiff punishes the whiff punish attempt.
Yeah.
That
and
was
he's
like that
also
happened like
tried
twice
his
in a row.
best
That
to do
was
it.
that was nuts. Okay.
I'm waiting to see if Beta Dude will like adapt to the IBB because he's definitely doing it non-stop, and he still did the same block string into the 2D, and he got pushed all the way out. Good DP.
That was a good response, yeah, because Susanoo could have canceled that 3C into pretty much any special he had on the table there.
This is about to be another.
Ooh.
Ice
He has to
School,
pop OD. He's not gonna kill on time.
yeah, Ice School
Back
could
off.
have OD'd there, but is he gonna let time run out? He's not. He's trying to go for the kill, but the
Oh my
goblin Hades.
You just put it all on the line, huh?
Sometimes you have to.
Could have just blocked. He could have just blocked. But he said, nope, I'll hit you.
I mean, halfway through that round, Ice School definitely started to just run forward, and I think Beta Dude was definitely counting.
Skip to next round now. Yeah, skip to next round.
Yeah, this is death. It's actually death.
You can
Damn
skip the
me.
next round. This is we can skip the next round. This is a dead game.
Cut the camera.
This is that. Please don't use this for Will Kill. This is an easy yes.
Yeah,
This
it's just
man's
like,
dead.
where's the "we'll be right back" meme?
I s- oh.
Rebel 3. Action.
Yeah. Anyways, now that we're back,
And I think that's the last time we're gonna see a defensive on wake up DP, unless
Yeah, without-
there's like, ha, you thought,
Without 50 meter at least. Like you really don't want to be gambling that away.
yeah.
he's gonna DP regardless. I'm not gonna lie. That man's gonna DP regardless.
Like even if Susanoo had 0 seals there, that's gonna be like 4.5k. So, and
Oh
that's-
yeah, for sure.
and with Ragnar's HP, 4.5k is like actually 45% of his HP.
It's very easy for the numbers, man. I swear.
Nice 5A. No ID
Not
there.
quite there on the follow up.
Good awareness from Beta Dude. Getting some HP back.
No OD corner scissors though, unfortunately, but still gets the knockdown in the corner here. Ella getting hit fuzzy low, so this doesn't kill though.
Oh, not quite. Yeah, he did not need to burst that.
The 5A, the classic.
It's the
5A
it's the
beating
stop
Jesus
sign.
kick.
Well, but
Both
by
of these
bursting
guys-
there, Ice School did put himself in a position where he could get a free DP essentially, or DP unlock.
It's fair.
Nice blocks. Oh, he didn't cancel it into anything.
I think that's the second time that's happened thus far in the set, where Ice School got his 3C IB'd, and then we didn't even see a tackle follow-up. No 236A afterwards to enforce it.
Yeah, I mean the first one, he left it hanging for quite a bit, and the second one, he had quite a lot of sales. I was expecting some sort of maybe even dirt kick, maybe just maybe, this has a potential, but nothing.
Rebel 1.
It's a little surprising because as Susan, like that's a good way to reinforce 3C, right? You can do 3C1 into 236A, or just let both hits rock and stagger slightly into the
It
special.
didn't even have to be tackled though. He actually had both his overhead and his low on the table if he wanted to.
Yeah, but since he had no meter, the safest option would have been 236A, because isn't it safe on block? Like he won't get
Well,
punished.
It's relatively safe. It's like unsafe on IB, I think.
I don't remember
Yeah.
if he had. I don't remember if he had sand kick. That would have been the safest option if he had sand kick. But...
Yeah, he did.
Well, then he would have done sand kick.
That's what I was expecting, but he didn't do it. I was like, maybe he thought the start, maybe, but it wasn't level 3, it was level 1. So, oh, that looked like it was supposed to be OD.
Probably. Very big for Ice School. A boon, if you will.
There's the
Gauntlet
Gauntlet
Hades.
Hades.
Oh, online, offline, it don't matter. Gauntlet Hades will hit you regardless of your place, name, or origin. I safe jump on the DP, but that still gives Ice School a chance to take his turn and escape.
Yup.
The
Nice
full
catch.
availability
Oh,
really
goes
it up.
in.
Hellspang
So
after grab break. Very interesting choice. It did actually end up paying off here.
yeah, I mean, most people go for 5B, so it's like, I guess, a knowledge check in a sense, a jump scare, if you will.
Yeah, either that or he really wanted to counter Ice School dashing up afterwards and just say, hey, here's the hitbox, by the way.
Is that a punish? Oh, it goes for a raw throw. And no, Tech from Beidou wasn't ready for that.
Okay,
It's late
we've
enough
got-
that Beta Dude couldn't car cancel.
Alright, we got DP.
on position here for Ice Cool. Just needs to pin down Beta Dude. Let me tell you, that is no easy task, as we've seen throughout so many sets.
Nice delay there. No 2C. Nice
There's
IB on the dead spike.
There's something about Bloodset. I don't know about you guys, but for me, whenever I see it, even though I know, like, oh, I can just anti here, I just get kind of paralyzed.
Jump scare normal. Yes, I
Yeah,
agree
yeah,
100%.
it's scary.
It makes me feel like a deer in headlights. Partially because I play Bullet and you can't anti-air that consistently. The 6B shifts you forward, and then
Yeah.
Ragnar gets a counter hit, and then you die.
Oh, trying to get
But he's
that
going
tech.
for it. I thought Beta Dude was short.
He's
He
got
just
meter
DP'd
to
right after
DP.
that. Gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? No.
Oh, good awareness from Ice Cool there.
Immediate counter assault. Beta Dude wants no parts of Ice Cool's offense here. Should
Nice
be able
block
to...
in the Hades, and that's gonna be
Oh.
it. That was some really good
Yeah.
patience and blocking there from Ice Cool.
Yeah, very
They
good
always
job.
improve.
None of those hits would have led to death, but it was sure to allow Beta Dude to stay in the game a bit
Oh,
longer.
does he not know?
It's a beautiful 5A.
5-8. Susan's 5-8 is very good against Walker.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic because Ragnar's 5A is also still really effective too.
I mean,
Yeah,
System's
sure.
5A is just really good, period. Everything other than being a mashup, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. My
Oh,
goodness. Wow.
The
Look at-
last. Oh my god. At the last second, the hero received their burst, but will they die anyway?
Oh, he delayed it. That's why.
That makes me feel guilty using the funny voice. Yeah, that was a really fast last round there for given the pace of the rest
Yeah.
of this set has been thus far.
Also, I do like the way, even though it can be very dangerous, I do like the way that Beta Dude is definitely is like, okay, everyone's expecting me to do something when I have meter to rapid cancel. So he's starting to throw things out without it. So he's already putting like an image in your mind of like, okay, he's throwing them out there. I gotta be prepared. And at that point, is it gonna lead to now Beta Dude's in your head? Oh, my
Oh.
god.
Oh,
No, okay, that's not gonna be in the combo though, but still, that's in
Yeah.
the corner and a free seal and some good chunk of damage.
I don't
Oh
know
my-
how to feel about
he
the
got
burst.
so-
I feel like Ice School already got a lot, but we've seen Beta Dude do
It
less.
looked like Beta Dude's starting to rush in a sense because he's like running into Ice School at the moment.
It's because in order to really deal with Ice Cool, Beidou has to get that early. And actually, when he ran in there, even though Ice Cool did have a lot, he actually didn't have any mid-screen seals. So
Yeah.
that would have been. He also did. I don't think he had DP either. So that would have been like his chance to really get something done. But
Mhm.
now it's too late. And also now he's down his first. So hindsight, right?
It's one of the scariest things about Susan as well. It's like, yes, everyone says you need to get in and stop him from playing the game, but even though he has no seals, this guy had good buttons. There you go. Like,
That's
you
the
have
one
to be
thing.
so careful.
Yeah, he follows that kind of big body philosophy where, yes, slow dash speed, but it's solid IAD. In addition to that, however, his normals are massive. They cover very good space.
Yeah, like
Right
if,
now-
if Susan has good spacing, he can just hit you out.
Yeah, I feel like both players are trying to feel out who is the aggressor in this situation now. I feel like it's changed hands throughout this set several times.
Definitely. I mean, they keep going back and forth.
Right.
I think it's safe to
the-
say Ice Cool didn't want that 6A there. It's actually starting to cost him now.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, that could
he's
very
definitely not
well-
happy about that. But he has got access to his burst and 50 meter and DP.
Dude, definitely looking for one of those defensive options.
Oh, doesn't quite get the punish. That could have been it.
Right? Just comes out here, but the hit stop is just way too high on that normal.
I actually wouldn't
I
have
don't-
expected Ice Cold to even burst there in the first place. He still had a pretty good chances to hold on to for this round.
I don't think he wanted to lose momentum though. He was
That's fair.
feeling it.
I think it was that, but you know, additionally, right, just the amount that you get off of OD as Susanoo is just so good, right? On
Yeah.
top of the added seals, you can usually unlock a couple of things you didn't have for some time.
See, Ice School right now just demonstrating like, okay, I don't have the seals, but I'm still able to, fight in the neutral. But getting
All of
opened
this-
up by a beta dude.
Yeah, that combo dropped precisely because Ice Cool didn't let both hits of 2C rock. So the
Yeah.
rest of it dropped. And now this leads into potentially the last round of this game.
Oh my
Let's
goodness.
2C wants to speak now and hold its truth.
Nice blocks. Oh, perfect. That was a beautiful 5A there.
Astral,
Surely, yes.
there it is. That was actually optimal because he could not have really killed without it. That was a 5A air hit starter.
Yeah. And the
words right out of
momentum,
my mouth, yeah.
just like Torito said before, it shifted so many times and it went right back on Beta Dude's side, really.
Yeah, it's just interesting to me. Both characters have so many good tools for checking the other's aggression, and it's just interesting in the ways in which one player sometimes prioritizes sealing momentum over the other, and which one then wants to play the proactive game and catch the other trying to steal momentum. Back and forth is very interesting here. Now, Ice School is taking the pace of the match. One seal unlocked.
2 seals unlocked.
Oh, he was worried about the dirt kick.
Yeah, that was actually the right time to OD. You could have gone to punish there, but Very Safe Sorry still gets the EA hits, gets active flow, but unfortunately is being punished here.
Dude's
that
probably
should
going to
run
have overdrive by the end of the round, but the question is, will he get a good time to use it? Too short, goes low.
And will he want to use it with that low deficit as well in terms of HP?
And now actually we have level 3 Sandkick on the table now, so that could be really scary if you're
Uh-oh.
ready for it.
But it's just a crusher that comes out in an unfortunate burst. Actually meant to be an overdrive there in response to it. Danger
Oh, he
state.
tried to break his guard so much, he kind of just whiffed there.
Yeah, he overcommitted, but it's alright, Beidou dropped the combo and it literally killed him.
Yeah.
Just barely whiffed. Jeez.
Ice Cool definitely foaming at the mouth when he had the level 3 dirt kick. It's like, you're in danger state, I'm going to kick the dirt immediately. He didn't even wait.
Will die.
Yeah, he didn't even wait. He's like, I'm using this seal.
I swear, Susanoo players, they remind me of that Toy Story game. The moment they get a new seal, they're like, oh, new special, gotta use it.
Yup, immediately.
What is it? I don't want to play with you anymore.
Yeah,
That's-
I don't want to play anymore.
It's like, oh, you got Sand Kick, but I got level 2 wheel.
Me sitting there saying he's got it, he's gonna use it at an optimal moment. He used it straight away.
Like, man,
Yeah, I don't think this guy could have really punished that there, but still managed to get out.
I
Okay, he's
really
got
like
his
the
OD
adjustment
back.
from high school. Recognizing that they drop the combo, they get the JA right there, it's blocked, and they say, hey, you know what? I'm just going to go for the neutral here. I
Oh,
want to
oh,
have a
yeah.
spacing.
We'll be right back.
Work.
And the combo wasn't even close to being done and he was already dead.
For real.
Yeah, that was
And
just
that's
the
just a
opener.
It
Also-
is 2-2.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, but was that the first time Ice School unlocked level 3 tackle this whole tournament?
Hey,
It wouldn't surprise me because not many Susans aim for it on purpose.
yeah, it feels like a thing that just happens
Yeah.
accidentally.
I know back when you guys created that like weird unblockable tech at a long time ago, everyone was trying to get it, but then after when everyone found out it wasn't too amazing, they kind of just stopped going for it.
Nice awareness on the spacing there, getting a little extension and a better knockdown.
5A whiff. Oh,
To play the
Well-
RPS. Okay.
puts him back in because he still has. There we go.
I really like the usage of 236D right there. You saw Ice School opted for the 5A. Had Beta Dude extended to Herpox, that could have well just been a counter hit right there.
Even though that was a 6v starter without any seals or even a crush trigger, Ice School couldn't get anything off that starter. And we're slowly
Yeah.
pushing him back into the corner here.
C to extend the pressure here. There's the RPS off of those 6Ds, but the barrier from Ice
Nice
School is
block.
doing such a good job of pushing Beta Dude out.
And
Side
he can get
switch.
something off this one. I'm sure.
This hurts.
Change of fortunes for Ice School right here. The ball might indeed be rolling up. Can they get this next hit? They try to go for the DLZ tech. Dude, OD just in time for it to get Kara canceled.
Nicely
Counter assault is
done.
blocked.
You have to be super careful about crush triggering. Sorry, not crush triggering. Counter assaulting there because it's so plus. Zuzu can actually just straight up bait counter assaults by 6B into block. If you do it
Beta
at the
Dude
wrong
kind of
time,
on
that
his
is.
back foot right now. Now he's thinking because this is potentially set point for Ice School.
TRM.
And he's been getting whiff punished a lot. He's been getting baited a lot. So Beta Dude definitely needs to be careful how he defends himself against Ice School, because it's definitely starting to, you know, pay out for Ice School.
It's looking good for him right now, but Susanoo being like the snowball character, one hit and then one mistake like that, letting him get out like that could actually spell the end for Beta Dude. We'll see how Ice
Can
School
he
plays
get to
this.
him before he gets the meet up? As I feel like he will attempt to counter assault.
Like an OD might be coming instead. Not too sure though.
But whiffs the 3C because of the barrier.
Good punish from Ice School here. He's gonna opt for the corner carry. Should be able to unlock DP off of this.
And this is how it begins. Just like Scrimgor said, this is how it begins. And could you have killed from that Scrim? With
No.
OD and active flow?
Not off a throw.
Oh, okay.
I think it was gonna be a one touch afterward. Is just dead. Oh, he looked for it.
He
Beta
tried to
Dude
bait it
searching
out.
hard for the burst here. 5D anti-air connects. Zen from Texas must
No
stay in
resources.
full-
Okay, now he's dead. He's dead.
Oh, he's very dead.
He's dead.
See if it drops though.
Oh, he dropped it!
I never want to guess on these players finishing a confirm. I don't know if that still counts as a commentary's curse, but Beta Dude's protagonist powers have indeed activated in his greatest time of need.
Can I
And the
ask
ol-
one question? Isn't
up?
the super the
No,
D
'cause-
button for Susan?
So the reason that came out is because I think he was going for Astral.
Okay, just check it. Okay, so it is the super. Okay, yeah, cool.
Because
Yeah.
as a Susanoo player myself, that's happened to me more times I'd like to admit.
Okay, just checking. Okay, it makes sense now. It makes sense. He wanted the astral finish. It makes perfect sense. My goodness. My
I hate orb
goodness.
pressure. I hate orb pressure. It makes me anxious even when I'm just watching it.
It's kind of me. Ooh,
Really
shit.
good walk back from High School there.
He's just putting no punish and DP.
It's not gonna kill, but literally next touch is death. And there it is, the JA.
Ice School taking it in an aggressive fashion there, I must say. That was. My goodness.
I want to say that the mental fortitude of both players is really surprising. You would think that after losing a round like that, right? After after getting God pressed by accident, that mental kind of crumbles. You just want to get the hit immediately and be done with it. But to stay composed and see the rest of the set through is very good on Ice School's part.
hmm
And I really do like the way how he played the timings with Beta Dude and his attempts at whiff punishing and punishing Ice School's movement there. Really smart play from him overall.
Yeah, just like
So
from both players. I don't think I've ever seen so many whiff punishes in one set.
Yeah.
Ah,
That was a lot. Like,
most certainly. And now, High School has to get her done. Has to be
from winners
Man,
finals to
that
grand
3-0
finals.
hit.
And this is grand finals. It's been a wild top 8 so far, but we're not quite over yet. Ice School still has a big mountain to climb, though. It was not only Monarch who put Ice School into losers, but it was one of our 2 3-0s as well.
Yep. And I think right now he's definitely here for the run back, saying, I'm not getting 3-0'd again. I'm going to reset the bracket. Okay.
Guys, if y'all are watching this, whether it's the VOD or not, how excited have y'all been to see these sets? Because I'm not going to lie, it's been a crazy night.
It's
I won't.
amazing.
Like I know Kasha and Final and us, we've all been planning this finale for months now, and like even way back then when we knew like the players to accept the invitation, we knew what the lineup would be, we knew how awesome it was going to be, and just seeing it now, all these months later, it's incredible. These have been awesome BlazBlue sets.
Mm-hmm.
I am really glad that, despite any hiccups or whatsoever, because putting events together, getting players corralled on time, and all these other things can be very tough. I'm really glad that I get the chance to be on here to help kind of send off FFF, as you know, the tournament series and all that. And I really think you guys did an awesome job with this event. So I want to say shout outs to y'all.
Well, thank you very much. But it's not quite over yet. We do have one last set, potentially two, depending on how this goes.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
It's up to Ice School to really, pull through and do anything he can to get the reset and beat Monarch to repay him for the 3-0 he recently gave him. That made him go through the Shark Tank just to get back here. He fought through all of that through some of the, again, best players in America to get back to him.
And it's funny. Your reward for clawing through all of that, one more set. 2 more sets.
And then potentially 2 more sets if you make
Right.
it again.
Anybody who's played BlazBlue for as long as we have can tell you that this game is absolutely very stressful. But even so, it's also really fun.
Oh yeah,
So-
definitely.
And
My
I
goodness.
could talk about this game very long. We would be here a little too long, and I don't want to stretch the VODs into like 6 hours. I'm sure each and every one here, whether they're a commentator or they're a stream chat viewer or they're a tournament organizer or a player, has years and years of stories. This game has gone through many changes, many different players, many different eras. But all the same, we gather here to mash some buttons and yell at some really stupid stuff happening. It's pretty dope.
I'm gonna continue playing it for the rest of my life. That's just the way it goes.
Jesus,
remember-
I'm gonna play a boomer game, man.
It's already a boomer game.
It's
No,
already
no,
there.
2016.
This was a
Bro.
boomer game, man. What the
This
Most of
game
us been
is
playing
al-
this for over 10 years.
Hey, like this particular version of BlazBlue is almost 10 years old.
My God. And now I understand why everyone literally says, "You still play this game?" Like, yeah, man, everyone plays. Oh my God, it's been that long.
Well, you look at the we are very lucky to have such a good presence of majors, right? I had done the numbers some time ago, but the numbers that we're getting for BlazBlue here offline in North America are some of the highest it's actually ever been.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right? We get rollback, get this kind of big momentum. We get some issues with the PC port, this, and that. But all of the same, people still come out here to support and show out for some of the big stuff. Got a ton of old story players like Beta Dude and Nano here for Christ's sake. You guys could be doing whatever, playing freaking gacha or what have you, but still have so much love for the game that they still pull up for these events. Game
Yeah, like-
means something to people, man.
I've been
Yeah.
playing BlazBlue since 2009, and I'm still here playing and still here commentating, at least for now. So, like, the people who love this game absolutely love this game, and will be sticking with it.
Yeah, even the people that complain about the game, they still come back to it. That's one of the things I do love about it the most. Is like they complain, but it's like, you're still here with us. It's like, yeah, of course I am. It's like, yeah.
People do that with every game. People do that. People did that with SF5. That game had a little bit of what's it called? That game had a little bit of Stockholm syndrome with a couple of people. But
That
not
is
to be a
true.
shot at anybody there. I just how it is. People like complaining about stuff. I like complaining about this game, dude. What?
Yeah.
Like, this game is nonsense. And then I do a frame zero command grab. Force
Exactly.
kill. Then I do something stupid. I'm like, ha, I'm the dumb one today.
Oh, a very strong start from Ice School this time around.
Yeah, there's no round start 5D from Monarch this time.
Yeah,
Yep,
we
that-
are not seeing a sudden perfect here. Damage has been dealt.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah, that's a good
Okay.
choice by ODing through the first hit of 6 big. You do guarantee the EA.
ODing even just a hair shorter on the 6B leads to such a awkward moment for the defender. Funny
It
enough.
becomes like a
Oh my
weird coin flippy situation.
Oh, that was beautiful. That was
yeah,
beautiful.
very cool.
Up the input on the
conversion there.
DP.
Almost gets the hit there. Gravity is out. Has to watch out for Grand Viper.
We're putting the distance back though, but just that's just a straight up super jump into the 5A there.
I think that was supposed to be TK Super.
I don't actually think Monarch had to rapid that because
Oh
the
my
5B had
God.
connected, but it's all right. We still managed to close out the round.
What a turnaround there.
Yeah, I really love the usage of T2D by Monarch. As a up-close reversal, it's not as effective as most other DPs and such in the game, but when you're at about mid-screen from an opponent and you think that they're going to regress, T2D is surprisingly decent.
Yeah.
Unless your opponent has a good roll profile, then, you know, funny things happen. But in this case, the places in which Monarch has opted to use it, they've been
Ooh.
extremely effective thus far. We might see another perfect today. Jesus.
He still has his OD. He just needs to use it at a good time.
Well, will he get hit into Monarch clicking OD?
Aye,
Oh. Taking the burst and taking the perfect. Monarch starting off strong here.
Not like this.
Yeah, Monarch, like, hey, dude. Monarch's such a nice guy. I can't even pretend to, like, have him be mean. And he's like, hey, man, you know, you got the perfect earlier, but... you know, I just had to, you know, get one of my own real quick. No, he didn't even get
This
a perfect.
just respectfully responds in kind, isn't it? It's like, you know, I had to repay you.
It's like, you almost beat me, but, nah.
It's like, yeah, man, you know. But better luck next time. You know, we'll play again.
You could be good, though. That dude... Monarch is very funny to talk to because he'll beat you like 20-0 and instead he'll be like, yeah, man, I really felt like you still could have beat me though, and legitimately means it like every time. There's been so many times where I've played like against him like Bullet Lambda, and he'll
Oh,
beat me.
no.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
felt
because
that.
you do know Monarch's burst. I think Monarch's burst pretty much every time High School Session. Which, to be fair, is you don't really want him to start getting his game plan on.
That's a
Susna
lot,
really has
actually.
to get it twice here.
Ooh.
Oh, but we do have the 60 intermediate OD here. That should be death. Actually, no, it won't be.
Wait, that was... Oh, I see the vision.
I
Attempt at
thought they were
using the
going to
orb there
start
make up for the-
trading perfects, and I was about to lose my mind.
There's a
Uh-oh.
weird point in fighting games where perfects start to matter less. I don't know at what point when it happens, but at like there's a certain play where you just get perfected so many times that in most situations a perfect becomes like, okay, yeah, that happened, let's move forward.
It sounds like
Oh.
a desensitized Marvel player.
It's just how
Yeah.
momentum-based fighting games are. Like, neither of these players are bad. In fact, you'd say they're literally amongst the best of NA. It's just that because they're so good, when someone gets the momentum, they easily take it away.
Yeah,
So-
and it's pretty much the game we play as well.
Yeah, so seeing Ice School getting perfected isn't like,
Whoa.
oh, Ice School is bad. It's more like, oh, Monarch is good, you know?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, dang, like Monarch sealed the deal on this one, and then you'll see Ice School immediately dash in with the same confidence as before. It's only it's a exception to the rule. And you see a lot of these high-level players have their mental broken a bit by some perfects or double perfects.
Oh, no.
That's a tough out.
It was slightly too prorated. That was almost the comeback, but
Yeah.
Blaze Blue said no with proration.
But that's the thing, when it comes to higher level matches as well, it's just we see what they go through. Perfects, it's not as simple as it looks.
Yeah.
So much goes into it, and you can never say that a perfect means that this person just got body bagged. Especially when perfects take like 40 seconds, you know that person put in a lot of work to get that person to open up.
Zach, I want you to know that you said this while Monarch got hit like 4 times, and it's like a near hood perfect for Ice School. I just want you to know that the timing was a tad ironic.
Just kicks him in the head like.
Oh my god, that delay to A was so cool, and then the JC seals the deal.
And yeah, Ice School finally putting himself on the board in the set, showing us that it might have been like just a fluke that Monarch 3-0'd him there. He's alive, and he's going to show us that he wants this reset.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
I think one thing that I do like about like tournaments in general, when you do see the person that gets hit from winners finals into losers and they have to play like two strong sets, they kind of like riding on that momentum, that adrenaline. It's like, okay, I just beat some of the best players to get here. I got put down here and I'm back. And he's literally on that high at the moment.
Yeah. There's 2 schools of thought, you know. Sometimes either A, especially if they had very grinding long sets, that the endurance becomes a factor, and then there's the other side of the coin in which you feel reinvigorated and super hot. Just continue playing. Block on there. I'm surprised. Oh, okay, so you can't just get a straight up 5B punish on the overhead option.
Yeah, it's got a lot of recovery.
All right.
Oh,
God
that
press
was almost
unlocked.
very bad.
That was a good no tech finish. In fact, I think Ice School might be able to kill there, but no, Godpress is not working on Monarch.
You know what? What we said earlier was true. They really do get a new toy.
Immediate.
I was like, he has God Press. Surely he doesn't do it against Monarch. And lo and behold.
And that's the one thing I do like about these type of matches, because you know how when you look at low to high level play, people are like, oh yeah, only low level players do something like that. So what would you say when ice school does it? It's just a potential mix. It's always a potential mix. You never know if it will hit or not. That's why
Yeah,
you
like-
try it.
'Cause even if you have like a 30 frame overhead taker, sometimes you just gotta do it, and if it hits, then it's funny, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like the
at
level of play does
any-
not dictate how you use your moves. Like
Yes,
people
in
would love to
any-
do that.
in any game, right? At a low level of play, certain tools are stronger than others. But even at the highest level of play, you can still use a bad tool. Like a traditional bad
Exactly.
It really just varies on the situation and creativity. Obviously, that does not mean use your worst tool all the time, but there's just
Yeah.
places in which it can actually be surprisingly effective.
And it's a mind game in itself as well, because you'll think to yourself again, because a lot of people have those high player expectations, like, okay, surely he won't do that again. Does it again and it works. It's like you can't put a label on how top players play. It's all mix. It's a mix for a reason. You don't know what they're gonna do.
It is always just, again, how you do it when you do it. And sometimes the type of plays you run into. There's nice gravity well right there. That really sealed away the IAD option as an approach tool for Ice School.
Yeah.
JC trying to check for a TRM opportunity from Ice School here, but Ice School not showing the barrier earlier, but yeah.
Monarch making the distance yet again, pushing forward with now it being 2-1. This could potentially be the last game, but I don't think Ice was gonna let that happen. We'll have to see.
Yeah. Very close, much closer games in general compared to their previous set already. Both players look like they're in it for the long haul, but we'll have to see if Monarch can seal it faster, prevented even a game 5 at all.
I feel like never mind.
What are you feeling, Zach? What are you feeling?
Okay, yo, Monarch shut me down.
So sorry, it's just a sentence that'd be like the worst like therapy session ever. It's like I feel like interrupted by something happening. You're like, oh dang.
Damn, okay.
It's like we'll talk about your feelings next session. I'm just sorry, gotta go.
I'll pay for that.
Ice School still responding in kind. Oh yeah, again, tools like that overhead coming out from Monarch. He hasn't really been layering it in very much here. It's relatively slow, but the way that he's using it is mixing up Ice School.
You gotta know gotta love the confidence Monarch did for the 4DD into rapid overhead, because if that hadn't hit, he
Oh,
would've
the
been punished.
gravity was just, it hit just right.
Just
And it
shot.
killed. Yeah, that was awesome. I love it when you can combo off of Super Smith combo. It's one of my
But
favorite things.
his nails were
2D.
so close to the Hogate on her head.
Like that is literally balancing something by the knife's edge.
Oh my god. That gravity was so well done.
Oh, that's a
Uh-oh.
punish.
Out for the corner, but not really gonna get a lot of seals. Just get sword, which actually never mind. That is
Yeah, that
yeah.
is a good
That's
match.
good,
Like,
yeah.
like, obviously,
Let me not lie.
arguably that's
Oh, the
better than his
double
DP in this matchup.
I don't. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because he
Yeah,
can't really
Sword is good
DP the
against
Spike
Morgan.
Oki, so.
Yeah. Able to blow
I
up
think
some
Sword
of
is
those-
good against all Murokumos actually.
You know what's really weird? Now that I think about it, throughout
Mm-hmm.
all of the sets that Ice School has played, I haven't really seen him get the chance to use sword or even sword super in neutral. It's really
Yeah,
good.
he hasn't had the chance to. Not in neutral. He hasn't had the chance to
Yeah.
use it in neutral.
It's just a weird thing to know for how potent of a tool it is.
Yeah. Oh,
double
my
overhead.
head. And this is dangerously close to set point.
Dome is cracked. No Tylenol needed. That's a
Oh.
injury. Right.
And no boost from Monarch. He didn't want to risk it. Just might as well let the round play out. Save his burst
Blaze
for
Blue
this.
throws. I love Blaze Blue throws.
Dude,
Are you sure
Oh,
we're
he
playing the
really
same
was.
game?
they're
I'm looking
amazing.
at that.
They're amazing until I get hit. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I like this mechanic. I hate this mechanic. You just get hit by the mechanic all the time, my friend. I'm sorry to say. Like, it's okay. Like, we all get hit by something.
Gravity putting in so much work trying to keep this big body away from Lambda.
Monarch trying to change the way they're going for their act parser mix right there. Using a lot of 4D, but, because
Doesn't
Monarch
tech
doesn't
free
go-
CM.
Yeah, that's huge. I was actually confused as to why Ice Cool didn't spend a 25 meter for the bigger conversion, but catching the no tech there, very
Oh.
strong, getting a lot of seals out.
High School's been pretty confident in his no-tech extensions here. He's been pretty successful overall throughout today at calling out certain options. Really good 6A there. Right, RC perhaps.
Nice blocks.
Jeez.
Oh,
Oh,
the
he
fear
whiffs.
making 2C whip. I hate that. I know that feeling.
System mechanics are a mighty potent thing.
Monarch
trying-
playing it a bit safer than before.
Yeah, trying to
Oh.
find that spacing. Nice hit.
Misses the
Oh.
6A. Are we going to see a counter assault?
Want that?
There we go. Timing it with the 2 5As.
15 seconds left
Locking
on the
him
clock
down.
here.
Yeah.
School has the health lead here. Pops the
Oh,
OD.
he
DP is not effective.
away.
No, it's not even that. It's because Susanoo's deep. He's a projectile, so it just clashed. He should have EA'd. Or even
Oh,
super.
no. This is looking disastrous
Okay,
now.
this
Ice was down
won't
in
kill.
overdrive. Monarch cannot kill off of this situation, but as
He-
long as he... Oh,
That's-
no.
I can't believe it. Like, DP was. Is it a projectile, so it clashed. He should have just EA'd.
No, but if the DP was closer, it would have hurt her. But because it was
Even-
the tip,
even
it
then
was
he was too
projectile
far.
canceling projectile.
Yeah, the projectiles canceled each other out, but Ice School was too far at all in the first place, so Monarch would have had to dash in order for the EA to connect there. It was a damned if you do situation there. Had Monarch
Yeah.
held on to the overdrive, he could have saved it if he lost the life lead against Monarch. Most hits that Monarch would have gotten in that situation would have only led to a health discrepancy with like maybe 4 seconds left on the clock there, perhaps.
Yeah, but
High
the
School
last
got-
part though, waking up and getting hit by the super like raw. I don't know what he was trying because I don't think it was a counter hit.
No, I think
I-
at that,
it was
at that
not.
point, it was just a scramble because time was running out. So.
It was off the tech and the super came out, so there was mad time to react to it. So I don't know if High School maybe had just kind of like autopiloted a backdash attempt and it didn't come out or what, but bit unfortunate there to an end, but otherwise that set was fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
My
but yeah,
goodness.
with that though, Monarch is our champion though for FFF finale, the Central Clash. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that set plus like every other set, really good stuff from everyone.
Nothing but good Blaze Blue was played today.
Sure, for sure. I think every player had an opportunity to show themselves off in some manner. I
Mhm.
really do appreciate that they were, no matter which player you were, what the set results are, or whatever, there is a round you can point to, an interaction that you can always point to and say, that was sick as hell by them. They did
Mhm.
this thing and they were cool as hell. So, really want to, shout out the players for coming along for this thing. I will not speak entirely for Scrimgore, but putting aside 2 days of the weekend for an online event is not always an easy ask. So I do appreciate the players showing up and, as far as I understand, being very helpful in this process for the FF crew.
Yes,
definitely.
that is the end of Central Clash finale, and also more or less the end of FFF. And thank you for everybody who tuned in. Of course, our commentators for commentating. If you're done watching Blaze Blue, of course, you're free to leave. But there might be some words from myself, Kasha, and Final, as this will be our last hurrah, essentially. So if you guys want to stick around and hear our little spiel, feel free.
Yeah, thank you. That was such an amazing tournament. Oh my god. What a way to end all of our events than with this tournament here. So yeah, I guess this is it, huh? Kasha, Scrim, would you guys like to say anything before we close everything out?
I'll let Scrim go first.
Oh, you let me go first, huh? Alright, well, obviously, I'm just a commentator / streamer. I didn't really get to put in the same amount of work and passion that you guys have over our events, but even still, I do feel like it's been quite a journey for me over the years of just hanging out with you guys. It's funny, because I met both of you guys through Blaze Blue, and it was just so random, because I distinctly remember, I fought you guys randomly here and there, I didn't give it any thought, but one day, I had a different friend, Gray, you guys know him, he said, why don't you go beat up some random streamers? And I was like, sure. I saw CH Final was streaming. Sure, I'll go beat up this guy. I beat him up all the time. And I started interacting with the chat. I saw you stream consistently, and I was like, I love hopping into people's streams and beating them up. It's my favorite pastime because I'm an awful human being. So that is how I literally met you guys, and I would never have thought that through interacting with you guys and becoming a part of your community and finally convincing me to make a Discord because I was a pure Skype man at the time, that we would grow a community and I would start to come out of my shell more because I'm a very private person. I don't like to talk a lot in general, and I just saw that since you guys are actually hosting events too, this would be my opportunity because you guys were at least my friends at the time, so I could be like, I kind of want to be a part of this new community. I kind of want to play more BlazBlue, and a big thing for me was I'm a very poor speaker. I still am, but one of the reasons why I wanted to start commentating was to improve my speaking, and I feel like you guys helping me and allowing me to commentate has really helped me in that regard. And not only that, I've also grown quite a bit as a player through meeting you, met tons of awesome new people as well, and it's just been a fantastic time being with you guys at FFF. And even though I probably won't be commentating anymore, mostly because I do feel like it's a bit of a time sink, honestly. Like, there are things I kind of want to get done in my life, and BlazBlue being actually pretty much bigger than ever, I've had a few people come to me to commentate, and I am so honored that people want my commentary. Like, this is something I did to help myself, not to help others, but people legitimately like me as a commentator, and that makes me so happy. But unfortunately, I have other things I want to do, and I kind of want to move forward. I'll still be playing BlazBlue here and there, but I find that sitting here and commentating for hours on end is just a huge time sink for me. I might be back here and there occasionally if I feel like it, and it's not like a definitive end for me. And I know I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. We do host stuff on Wednesdays sometimes, and if they wrote me into commentating there, I'll probably be doing it just because it's fun and I'm at locals. But yeah, besides that, this will be my last commentary for the near future because I just want to move on and do other stuff and not sink so much time into it. But again, though, anybody who's ever liked my commentary or hung out with me and playing BlazBlue and everything, I can't thank you enough. It's been a wild ride, and that's all I really have to say.
Well, thank you, Scrim. I appreciate you working with us this entire time. It's been a blast. Kasha, yeah, would you like to have any final words?
Yes, sure. Yeah, I mean, obviously I knew Trane beforehand, but meeting Scrim was really awesome and introduced me to a lot of new people. And obviously I met a lot of the BlazBlue community through here as well, so yeah, I don't really want to make it sound like a goodbye because I'll definitely still be hanging around and interacting with y'all. I just, TOing done, and now I'm going to focus more on other things, possibly putting more time into playing, so hopefully I can reach goals through there as well. So, yeah, just want to say if you ever participated in any of our tournaments or events or came and hang out and watched us, I really do appreciate it. Like, I used to check our tournaments and look at the participant list and be like, oh, it's really awesome that this person's participating. So we've grown quite a long way since then, and it's been great.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I definitely have some final words myself. Thank you, first of all, to all of the viewers, to all of the players, the TOs, right? All the commentators, everyone that went into this tournament and all of our previous tournaments. Thank you so much. Your support has been incredible, and without it, we would not have gone as far as we've come here. So yeah, the funny thing is that when I first started streaming, originally it was, just like, oh, I want to improve as a player, so I'm going to stream, I'm going to record these replays, and I'm just going to go from there, right? Try to get better. But one day, Kasha was like, hey, why don't we start a tournament, right? I'm like, okay, so what are we calling it? I don't know, Stomp on him. Something like that. That's how it started. Trust me. But from there, right, we have managed to grow such an incredible community in the BlazBlue scene. In particular, the PC scene. This all started during the delay-based era, right? So even though I meme and hate delay-based netcode, I definitely do have some fond memories of it because that's where Kasha and I started, right? So another thing is that just being able to work, or just being able to stream all these tournaments, it allowed me to work with a lot of other amazing tournament organizers, right? and I got to participate in stuff like Vortex Gallery, and that was such an honor when Chick asked me to stream for that event. So I'm incredibly just ecstatic as to how far we came. Unfortunately, yeah, just life is getting in the way, right? All good things must come to an end eventually. My schedule has gotten a lot busier, right? I know I used to stream a lot more, but now it's becoming, once every couple blue moons, right? But I am trying to stream a bit more for everybody, and because I love BlazBlue so much, right? But I think what really got me was the burnout. I'm doing this for 5 years, right? It gets to you at a certain point, and as Scrim mentioned, tournaments like these are huge time sinks. Plus, it puts a lot of strain on the TOs and the commentators and the streamer, just going on hours on end, and there's a lot of prep work too that's involved. So stuff like that, it definitely exhausted me. So I'm really sorry that we're no longer doing these events anymore, but it is time that we all moved on. So some final words. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the wonderful times we had together. And finally, thank you for watching. And until then, may BlazBlue continue to thrive. All right.
Of course, yeah. Can we get some last appreciations for our commentators? Thank you guys so much. It was a blast having you on the mic today.
It's always been fun commentating. I'd be happy to do it again, maybe far in the future. Just for now, I do need my break.
I know. The moment you said it, I was like, surely, like after a few months of relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Kasha, Scrim, and I will definitely be in the BlazBlue scene.
We're not gonna die. We're not gonna quit the game, and of course, FFF as a server will still be here. You can hang out with us. You can ask for BlazBlue games. It's just, as far as events go, there probably won't be anything for quite a while, if not ever. But who knows? Maybe we do still celebrate our anniversary events. There might be some BlazBlue in there, or maybe just some random something fun. Who knows? I can't say. But yeah, for now, event-wise, it's gonna be on hold for an indefinite amount of time. But we'll still exist as people. If you think we're cool and you want to talk to us, I'm sure we'll all gladly respond to you in whatever way we can.
Yeah.
Dude, y'all will put in mad work for how many years?
5 years, I think. It's been
2018. Yeah.
Yeah, 2018. It's been 5 years.
I do not think that you need to apologize for not running brackets. TOing is often a thankless job. It is very difficult. TOs are the people that step up when other people have not and sacrifice a lot of time, energy, and money in order to make the wheels turn. So I just want to say there's no need to apologize. You guys have done a fine job. This event has been a blast. It's probably been the most fun I've commentated in BlazBlue like this year. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a sappy dude.
That
This has
makes me really happy to hear.
genuinely just been exciting to watch. Really fucking funny with you screaming to you, Zach. Despite all the issues at the beginning and all that jazz, I was very excited to see I was commentating with you guys, and it has panned out as such. I just want to say that, generally speaking, there's a lot of people in the community that are moving on and doing other things. It is extremely difficult to prioritize video games in life, and a lot of the older community heads, frankly, have other things to get done, which you guys have all spoken to in your own ways. So, can't put any blame for that. Just requires other people to step up and take on that mantle. As difficult as it may be, it's just one step at a time. So I want to thank you guys for showing up. Please, people in the chat and all that, y'all have been already showing some love. Please continue to do so. These guys busted their butts to put on something special.
It's not goodbye as well. We've known each other for a very long time. This is definitely not a goodbye. We're going to be playing games or talking to each other on the regular, as we always do. So like Shanye said, don't feel like this is the end. They are still around, so please keep in contact with them. They are lovely people. They have done so much work, and continue to be there for them.
Of course, appreciate all the love, everyone. I think that's about it for us.
Hmm.
Catch y'all around.
Yep. Thank you very much, and we hope you have a good night.
See you all
Bye-bye.
around.
Take care.
花